Hello everyone, Karnasa here, and welcome back to another Kerbal Gets Real, the next Millenia live stream, in which, after the last, 3 of these moon-based live streams, we are finally going to be putting parts of this base on the surface of the moon. Yes, I've been doing a lot of designing, but now, well, we're finally ready to put stuff down, and to be honest, I've already put a few modules down. I've already put the space tank, the lunar outpost, tortoise tank down, the lot, as it was aptly dubbed in one of the previous live streams, and I've also put down the first of the modules and connected them up, and I was actually going to jump over to the moon and go have a look at that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to jump into the tracking station, if I can get that up. Whilst that's loading, I'm going to have a look at the chat and see who's in chat at the moment. So hello everyone, welcome. Hello Katniss, hello Siren, hello Justin Evans, Liam Duggan, Hoy Halfen, I think I pronounced that correctly this time. Merivar, welcome, hello, and sorry for, I do apologize to Oofle Spoofle for stealing you from his stream. So, during my stream countdown, I was watching another KSP YouTuber called Oofle Spoofle. I'd highly recommend going checking them out if you haven't already. I believe on my Discord, they posted a link to the live stream that he was doing. And yeah, no, it was a good couple of hours before my stream. I was just chilling in the chat, just seeing what was going on. He was building a reusable booster for his modded career, and it was pretty cool. So definitely go give him a check out. Go check him out, because that was pretty awesome. So hello everyone, Riley Rags, Woham911, Alicea, who are you? The Saint Jube, hello. Probably said that completely wrong, but yes, no, but what we are going to be doing is we are going to be attempting to land those surface modules on the moon today. And I do have the first one down. We have the LSPO core ship, apparently. So that's the Lunar South Pole Outpost core ship. And where I've landed it on the moon, I believe it is in the middle of a gigantic crater. It is on the South Pole. It still is technically in the South Pole. But we are on the side of the moon that is facing Earth. And then that way, we'll have constant communication with Earth. We can always see Earth over the lunar horizon, which is rather nice. But yeah, I kind of wanted to do this just because I thought it would be nice. We can always send our communications back home. We can get constant TV signal out here. They can watch Sky TV and catch up on, I don't know, what's a relevant TV program at the moment? For All Mankind. They can watch For All Mankind whilst they're doing their stuff on the moon. They can watch, I was thinking Game of Thrones for some reason, but obviously Game of Thrones has been finished for quite some time now, so it's not very current, not very relevant. What else? What is a big TV show that's on at the moment? I'm not sure, but they can also obviously connect, maybe have some kind of really high high ping, high latency broadband, or not even broadband, high latency internet signal over there, so they can watch all of my videos on YouTube as well. It's great. They get entertainment over there. That's what we want. Anyway, so we are going to be joining the base just to kind of show you what I've done so far. Then we will be launching new modules over to the South Pole. Oi, Karnasa. Hello, Charles Coulon. Is that how that's pronounced? Welcome to the stream. Moon stuff, hooray! Yes, Cohen V, we are going to be doing lunar stuff today. We are going to be sending modules down. It's going to be very exciting. Here is, oh, good Lord, what's gone on? We were floating. That didn't happen. That was not floating the last time I left this. But what I've done is I have landed the lot, which is our space tank, and we have landed the hab module already. And yeah, in this gigantic crater, you can see we've got the crater walls all around us. I don't know exactly what this crater is, but it looks very cool. And yes, it's dark at the moment. It is nighttime. We are in the winter months of the moon, so we can't really see much in here. I've got Planet Shine turned all the way up, so we can see what's going on. And yeah, I've managed to dock these two together. They do fit. I did have to do a bit of wiggling around with these leg extensions, but it does work. And what we can do is if I turn the brakes off, we can move the piece around. So this is how I'm going to connect all the different base modules together, by driving them this slowly over the surface of the moon. It's going to be very painfully slow, but it should hopefully work. Might take a while, but I knew what I signed up for when I wanted to put together this modular lunar base. No, I knew exactly what I was going to be doing, and I knew it was going to take me a really long time. So yeah, this is it. This is all we've got on the moon so far. In the episode that I should hopefully get out this weekend, we will see the landing of this module. However, we will not see the landing of this module because I did mention it on Discord. I forgot to hit record in OBS when I landed this and docked these two together, which is a real crying shame, and I'm a bit of an idiot for doing that. But anyway, that's that done. We're going to go back to the Space Center and we're going to attempt to launch some new stuff. It's so painful. What's so painful? Hey, Karnasa. Hello, Maxi Murray. Welcome to the stream. Hello. If floating is a consistent issue, try and download World Stabilizer. Definitely saved many bases of mine. Yes, I do need to download that mod. I did have that mod on Kerbal Gets Real after I landed Conglomerate, the original lunar base that I put down in that series. And that saved me a lot. So I do think I probably will grab that mod at some point. Otherwise, I probably am going to have a lot of tears with putting this lunar base down, because having a lunar base, there's all kinds of janky stuff that goes on with the physics engine in this game. It's not fun. Would Bon Voyage help with transportation? Probably. If my modules are really far apart, yes, it definitely would help with transportation. However, I'm hoping that I will be able to land the modules fairly close together. The reason being, well, that second module that I landed, it landed about 5 meters away from the first module. I used MechJeb landing guidance to land it, because I do have the Super Draco engines on pretty much all of my landing units, and they have unlimited ignitions. They are deeply throttleable, which means landing guidance can work quite well with those, even with RO. So if I can land that far away from my different base modules, I won't need to use Bon Voyage or anything like that to get them closer. I'm just going to have to do it, all the hard work myself. Anyway, we are going to be launching the first of the Lunar South Pole, or outpost, yeah, that's what the O stands for, Connectortrons, which we are currently rolling out to launch site Tolkien, which is my largest launch site in the... Where are we? We're in Norfolk. We're in Norfolk in the UK, quite close to where I live. So what we're going to do is we are going to walk to complete. Sorry about the flashing lights, the very garish, very, very bright flashing lights there. I try not to blind everyone, but unfortunately it can't be helped all the time. And yeah, we're going to launch this. I'm going to wait until the day just so we can see what we're looking at. And this will be the first actual launch of a Olympus. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. Oh, God, I'm an idiot. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm going to get rid of that series kind of transfer window because I don't need it. What I want to do, I really want to quickly roll this back. That's 2 whole weeks lost because I was very silly. And for one tiny little modification, I want to make a slight modification to this. And I know I said we're just going to be launching, and there won't be any more vehicle assembly building sections in this. I lied. No, we are going to go in because I did design a mission patch for the Lunar South Pole Outpost, and I want to put it on top of every single fairing for this mission that I'm going to be launching, and I have not done that yet. So I need to go in, I need to edit all of the different craft, just put this mission patch on. Whilst I'm doing this, I'm also going to check my staging, because I know for the first 2 modules that I did launch, the staging was a little bit weird, it was a little bit messed up, and it wasn't really great. So, Kanasa, can you send a shuttle to Saturn? I probably could send a shuttle to Saturn. It wouldn't be getting back. It would not be getting back, but we probably could send one all the way over there, maybe. So, Space Tank Pod, yes, the Space Tank has landed on the surface of the moon. The Lunar Outpost Tortoise Tank has landed, and we're going to be using that to maneuver the different pieces of our base and plug them all in and make everything work fine. So what do you use again to land the modules? I have been using the Super Draco engines. I have been using MechJeb landing guidance. I probably could land them on my own, as I did prove with the past few live streams that I've done for this. But yeah, it's just kind of like a different sky crane for each module. So all I've been doing, what I want to do for this is I just want to select this flag, and we are going to turn this into this thing, which is my Lunar Polar Outpost flag. And yeah, this is what it looks like. And it took me way longer than I'd like to admit, but I think it looks kind of cool. It almost looks like a real mission patch. And I was heavily inspired by one that I Googled for Jamestown from For All Mankind on. Was looking at that whilst I was doing this, and I kind of wanted like different text along here, but I couldn't figure out how to do that in GIMP very easily, so I just went with a curved text over the top, and that's what we've got. And then we've obviously got the Olympus logo, the New Horizons Space Agency logo, and then another one up there, because we want to plaster our name over absolutely everything. We can't just have one name. No, it's got to be all over the damn rockets. Yes, no, names everywhere. Right, so this is the Connectotron, which I believe is just going to be 2 connection modules that we can connect different parts of the base together. Yes, that's all it's going to be. So I'm going to quickly check, make sure my staging is correct. That needs to be somewhere different, so I'm going to just yeet that all the way up there, and that should be fine. We're going to have a look. That is an interstage ring. Where does that go off there? That's fine. Yep. The Cobra H engine, that's fine. We want those to fire. We want those to fire. We want those to go. I do not want those to go, though. No. I don't want my payload fairings to go, because chances are they're going to break. And I've been doing a bit of testing with this. And I found, with the ejection power of 1, it always breaks this avionics underneath. With an ejection power of 0.4, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But I'm going to keep it at that, and I'm going to keep the payload fairings on for the entire duration of the ascent. And then hopefully that means we shouldn't have any problems with that braking stuff, maybe. Might mean we get a bit less delta V to low Earth orbit, but oh well, it doesn't really matter. Let me just check this final stage. That goes. Those fire. They can move up. They can move up. Then we get our RCS to go. Cool, that's it. That should be our edits done. So I'm going to save those edits. We're going to come out and we're going to launch this thing. And apparently I didn't buy everything. Interesting. I have... Okay, that's really bizarre. Because I've used these Saturn launch towers quite a lot already in this series. Why has that happened? The only explanation I can think of that is I recently... So obviously I released my video, the sounding rocket, the 3,000 kilometers downrange rocket yesterday. And I didn't realize you needed avionics in it. You needed 50 seconds of avionics. So I went in today and I upgraded all of my RO, all of my RP1, grabbed the master branch for everything. So I have got an entirely new version of RO and RP1, and I am refilming that video, which hopefully should be released tomorrow, because I didn't realize it's a bit of a stupid move. And yeah, it was a wrong video. The video was wrong, so I didn't want that up and kind of available, because I didn't want to be spreading false news and all of that kind of stuff. No, I wanted it to be right and real and helpful. So I'm going to be redoing that video. It's a bit of a shame, but oh well. But yeah, no, because of that, I have upgraded all of my RO, RP1, all of the main bits. So there might be a few weird issues with this, which we're going to see. I hope it's all okay. So we're going to move this connectortron up to the top so it gets finished instantly. If I move to top, no, that moves it the wrong way. Brilliant. I thought that's what that did. So this is going to be a nice slow process of moving this all up one at a time. There we go. It's done. Now we can roll the LSP connectortron out to launch site Tolkien. We can warp to complete and we can launch this thing. So Pog, man, making bases are boring. Are making bases boring? I like making bases. I'm really keen on making bases. Making bases is one of my favorite things to do in Kerbal Space Program. It's just fun trying to put everything together. It's a logistical nightmare. It's really hard to think of everything that you need to do and make sure that you've got everything in the right place and everything works and all of that. And it can be quite challenging, but I do enjoy it. Stuck at work, but work has Wi-Fi. Hello, Calvin McClaw. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. And if you don't know, obviously, Calvin McClaw now has his own Discord. I would highly recommend going and checking it out, because another Discord, it's great, and I'm on there already, and it's looking to be very good indeed. So hello, Trooper Magic, welcome to the stream, welcome to the attempt at putting this lunar base that I've been working on for the past 3 live streams down eventually, or finally even, and we'll see how it goes. Long old loading screens, though. Of course, we're going to be getting long loading screens. This is KSP RSS RO after all. It wouldn't be that without the long loading screens. So, For All Mankind is a series that's available on Apple TV. Is that's not directed at me, I don't think. So, imagine playing RSS RO on a NASA supercomputer with 2,000 frames per second. I mean, that would be glorious. That would be glorious. I don't even think, even with a supercomputer, you're still limited to the game engine of KSP. There will come a point where you cannot physically make it any better. And the amount of mods that I am using on this, well, it really does slow the game down. It's not great. So, yeah, lots of mods makes for a bad time indeed. So, Skybound1702, hello, and welcome to the stream. Space Ages KSP Carnassa. How much Delta V do I need to get to the moon in RO? So the amount of Delta V that you need, if you get to low Earth orbit, which is about 9,400 meters per second or thereabouts, you need 3,150 meters per second of Delta V to get to the moon from a low Earth orbit. So your TLI is going to be 3,150 or thereabouts. It's pretty much 3,150. If you want to circularize in a low lunar orbit, that's going to be about 800 meters per second of Delta V. And yeah, so it's roughly about 4,000 meters per second to get to a nice low lunar orbit from low Earth orbit. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Anyway, so I'm going to time warp this to the morning. Or no. What I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out when I need to launch. So I'm going to be launching this into a polar inclination. I don't need to set the moon as the target. Well, I can. I suppose I can. And what I want is I want to make sure that I can go straight to the moon from my polar inclination. So I reckon if we look, the moon is there. I probably want to be going maybe here. Maybe here. So yeah, we've just completely missed that. If we launch from now, if we launch like right now, it's a bit too far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until we are on the other side of the planet. It will be a daytime launch that way as well, which will be kind of nice. And we'll see what we can do. Why aren't I time warping? Okay, we are time warping now. So where can I watch it? It's not like I have an account on every streaming service in existence. I know you can get a free Apple TV subscription. You can get a 7-day free trial, which is how I have watched all of the series so far. Yeah, I binge watched the entire thing very quickly, which was kind of cool. It's a really good series. I'm really enjoying it. For All Mankind is great. So what are we? We're this LSPO connectron up here. So I kind of want to launch maybe when we are. So we're there, maybe a little bit further. So if we launch here, that means our polar inclination, we're going to be kind of like going like this, and that should mean if the moon's up there, we should hopefully hit the moon. I would like to think, I think we're going to go for the moon. So we will launch now. Yes. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn Ascent guidance on. We're going to use Ascent guidance, of course. We're going to launch to -90 degrees because we do want to recover this first stage booster. The Olympus sign has magically disappeared off of the top of this. I'm going to grab camera tools out because I need to try and film this for the actual episode that I'm going to be doing. So tool, stationary camera. I think for this, we'll just go for somewhere like here. Maybe we'll do a bit of a zoomed in shot and go up like this. And then if I get rid of the HUD and maybe have this on the side a little bit, just do a little bit of wiggling around. So this is kind of like what I do when I do my actual episodes. I try and mess around with camera tools and try and get a lot of cool shots whilst I'm going to be doing that. And I will be doing that for this live stream because I do want this to be in an actual episode, because this is, of course, it's going to be all part of the lunar base that I'm going to be putting together. And in order to make sure my hair is in my face, in order to make sure that I am recording this, I'm going to hit start recording. That would be a really smart idea. So we are going to be recording this as well. So we can get rid of that. And yeah, I think I'm in a position where I want to launch. So I'm just going to hit engage autopilot and autopilot status pre-launch. I have checked my staging. Everything is good. We are going to turn off the HUD, move the mouse out of the display. We'll release the dampener arm. We'll release the release the dampener. I set you to action group 1. Why? Oh, it's because we're time warping. Oh, we're still going to launch. We're still going to launch. It should be fine. We're going to release the dampener arm. There we go. Now we're no longer time warping. It does go away, which is great. And of course, we've got autopilot engaged. So we're going to hit space. And there goes those 21 Raptor engines on the start of this stage. And of course, it is very slow to throttle up. We've got a lot of dirt kicking back up at us, but we are going to fire off this rocket and send the LSPO connectron to the moon. So Kerbal Gets Real, the next millennia behind the scenes. Indeed, this is kind of like an insight into what I do with my recording. This is how I try and get all of my shots. It's a lot of use of camera tools, a lot of sitting around and waiting, to be honest, for most of it, because I can't physical time warp through this, because that would look hideously ugly. I've got to wait for this, and then I'll speed this up to 4 times in post-processing and then edit it all together to try and make it look nice. But yeah, this is why filming these episodes takes a really long time, because I have to sit through all of these kind of really laggy, stuttery stuff. So Carnassa, kick the tires, launch clamps, and light the fires. Indeed, that is what we're going to be doing. Retro, hi Carnassa, can you please make a tutorial on how to install Tundra Exploration Starship in RORSS? I've been struggling to install it. I could, if I could look into that and see if it's possible. I do have Tundra Exploration on this mod, as you can see, with the Falcon 9 landing legs and the ITS grid fins. I'm not sure if the most recent up-to-date versions of Tundra do work with RSS and RO. I don't know if you can get the actual Starship to work. I don't know. The Starship that I did in my video, I made that all out of procedural parts, which is why the flaps on those, the Elonerons? Yeah, they looked all kinds of hideous. Right, so next thing that I usually do for this is I'll get a pathing camera, I'll create a new path, I'll kind of find like an angle that I kind of like, maybe with the fairings on display. Come on, let's turn that around. I'll hit new key, and then we'll do a bit of camera work whilst we're doing a bit of a spin, and then we'll get this in view for a little bit whilst we watch the Space Center go away, blissfully unaware that we are on our way to our doom or something like that. And then we'll keep this here for a little bit. And whilst I'm getting a bit of a shot of this, I'll be over in chat and just having a look at what we what's going on in chat. So Calvin McClaw, love that angle, by the way. Great perspective. This isn't the first one of these rockets that I've launched for this episode. There was one where I caught the launch, so I was in between the spaceplane hangar and the vehicle assembly building, and those two buildings framed the launch site, and you could see the rocket take off in between those, and I think it's probably my favorite stationary camera launch that I've done so far. I thought it looked amazing. I'm really looking forward to putting that together in editing and seeing how that turns out. So is there any mod for recoloring the KSC grass? It kind of looks weird when I go it on dirt and suddenly there is green grass for the KC. I don't actually know if there is or not. I've not come across one. I've not come across one yet. I think with more recent versions of KSP that I don't know if Astronomer's Visual Pack, which is what Alice is playing her series on, the grass does seem to match the grass in that, but yeah, I've not come across any mods that do that, so yeah, I don't really know, and I do apologize. So I don't know how you managed to stream and filmed episode clips, madman. So this is the first time that I've streamed and filmed episode clips for the next Millenia. With Kerbal Gets Real, I did it, but I didn't really pay much attention to what was going on screen. This is the first time I'm really thinking about what do I want to do, how do I want to make this look all good and all fine. And I probably will try and speed up through this launch a little bit at some point due to the fact that we don't want to be sitting around for about 30 minutes waiting for this rather large, rather voluminous, no, that's not even a word, this large spacecraft to get to orbit. I will physical time warp through some of this just so that it's a bit more of an enjoyable viewing experience. We're going to get to the moon. We want to get to the moon. Obviously, the moon is the main focus of this live stream. We do want to be putting stuff together on the surface of the moon rather than just watching launches all day long. So, big problem at Baikonur. What's happened at Baikonur? So have you decided on what module will be named Wabo Ockle's Memorial? No, I have not yet, and I will probably decide that when I come to editing and doing my voiceover. It will be a snap decision. I will be there. That's definitely a Wobbles. That module, yes, that is going to be the Ockle's Memorial. Maybe. I don't know. I've not decided. I've also got to name a station after Wretched Music 87. So I said that I could call maybe a potential Venus station Wretched at some point. And I think there was another suggestion as well, and I can't remember what it was. My mind is like a sieve. My memory is like a sieve. I forget things all the time, so well, I'll have to go back through Discord and see what I have promised people and see see what kind of strange and crazy things I have to name my parts. So I need to be really in the zone to do my episode recordings. Yes, but your episode recordings are fantastic. Mine are subpar. I mean, the Next Millenia ones, I have been quite pleased with how the Next Millenia ones have been going. They have been going a lot better than I have had than they were in Kerbal Gets Real, but they're still not kind of on Calvin McClaw levels. They are definitely not. Calvin McClaw levels of cinematics are fantastic, and if you're in the chat and you don't know about Calvin McClaw, I would highly recommend going and checking out his channel because it is amazing. I didn't mean to do that. Now I kind of just want kind of like a panning shot where we're going to come down the rocket, and then I think maybe what we'll do, maybe we'll go for something like here. We'll add a new key at about maybe 10 seconds. We'll go for something like this. Then we'll pull the camera out this way. I'm going to set the move speed to 100 so this isn't painfully slow, although 100 might be a bit too much. And then we'll bring this out to maybe about here maybe we'll go for 18 seconds for this. We'll apply that. Then what I want to do is I want to just go down here, do another one, maybe at 28 seconds, another 10 seconds on. Oh, no, I didn't mean to turn that like that. Oh, no, and then we'll kind of just like slowly back away from the rocket whilst zooming in, just to give it a bit of a funky, weird kind of effect. That should be maybe a decent kind of camera shot, and I'll do that at 36 seconds, I think. So now that that's all done, all I need to do is hit home, and we'll see what this looks like. Oh, wait, no, I need to turn the interpolation rate down, because otherwise it will be all kinds of jagged. There we go. So we'll get a nice little flyby of the rocket, and whilst we're doing this, I will check over once again in chat and see. So, someone is here. What are you launching? This is going to be the Connectatron, the LSPO Connectatron. It's going to be two kind of pieces of a base that will connect other parts of the base on the lunar South Pole outpost. They're not really exciting. They're two hollow tubes that are going to connect two parts together, and we're going to have to launch them on top of a rocket that can lift more than the Saturn V to low Earth orbit. Because no, it can't. It can lift more than the Saturn V could. Not an entire Saturn V. But yeah, these things are incredibly heavy, but we do want to be landing these on the lunar South Pole, so we do need a big old launch vehicle to send these down. Imagine seeing rocket in real life from that perspective. Hi Karnasa, hello Sumamoto TV, welcome. It's been a while since I've seen you here. So hoi ho fan. Oh, that's to Alisea. Oh, I'm not really... This camera kind of movement has gone all weird. The first set of that was all kind of... It was a bit slow, a bit smooth, and then... Oh, we're turning completely the wrong way from what I was expecting. This is really interesting. This is not what I laid out at all. What has gone on? This is not what I was anticipating. Oh well, okay, so we're gonna do a bit of that. I might just split this into two separate camera shots or something, and then hopefully we should see a kind of weird effect where we move in and we move away from the rocket and we zoom in at the same time, and it might look relatively cool, I don't know. So, Kanasa, me Ascent Guidance is working now. So congratulations. Mekchev Ascent Guidance is, of course, very, very nice. So, oh no, just when I play with Kanasa on his channel, I'm not good enough to make my own. Oh, is that? So it's a really cool design, by the way. Is it yours? If you're talking about this rocket, yes, this is my design. Yeah. I design everything for my series. I never take anything from anything else. I mean, this design is kind of like a cross between Super Heavy Booster, the kind of, yeah, what's going to launch Starship, because we do have 21 Raptor surface variants on the first stage. Obviously, the Starship Super Heavy Booster is going to, oh, there we go. We're going to have stage separation. And I didn't want to do that because now it's going to look all weird because it's going to shift the camera. This isn't going to be usable for the episode. That's a bit of a bummer. I didn't realise how close we were to running out of fuel on that stage. Oh well, but now that that's done, I guess what we can do is we can probably fast forward through the rest of this launch, because I don't really need to show any more of this in the episode. Because we're not going to be detaching this payload fairing and get rid of the bloom, because the bloom is a little bit too much with JR's profile version number 2. So Twin Films, PC specs, hello, welcome to the stream. What are my PC specs? I have 64 gigabytes of 3200 megahertz RAM at... Yeah. yeah. DDR4 RAM. I have an Intel i5 3.7 gigahertz CPU. 9600K is it's a ninth series? No, 9th generation. And I have a NVIDIA 2070 Super RTX graphics card. Oh, hello! No, physical time warp was a bad idea. Oh, no, because they're on hinges. Oh, this is... Oh, it's killed me. It's killed me. The rotation, the flopping... Well, everyone, this is a realism overhaul for you. Yes, this is a highly realistic launch. We've got solid parts of the base flopping their way through the payload fairing. Highly realistic. 10 out of 10 realism. Yes, we've got to love it. We've got to love it. Yes. The Inferno Robotics hinges that are on here, it would appear that we are unable to physical time warp through this launch, and we can see that, yeah, this is less than ideal. Really less than ideal. This is not great. Really, really not great. Oh, well, not much to do about this. Really not much to do. Also, we don't really have as much fuel as I would like to circularize around the moon, which is going to be interesting. Maybe if we got rid of these payload fairings, it would be okay. That is a risky prospect. a real risky prospect, because if I get rid of the payload fairings, there is a good chance that they are going to hit into the upper stage, and that will be very bad for all parties involved. Yeah, no, so I don't think I'm going to do that. But the Delta V margins are very small. Very, very, very small. And I don't think there's really anything that I can get rid on these stages to kind of like maybe save a little bit of mass on these stages. Although we do have 2,300 meters per second of Delta V on our final landing stage, which will be more than enough to do a landing. I think we could probably steal about maybe 300-400 meters per second from that stage in order to get our nice circularization, which will be fine. So we should have enough. We should have enough to land on the lunar south pole. It should be fine. So it's all right. It's all good. I'm stressing about nothing. Much ado about nothing. No, it's all good. The main problem now is, did I remember to put multi-layer insulation on here? Why? Ah, no, that's because I clicked the wrong thing. RF boil-off. Ah, yes, I do. I have multi-layer insulation, so that's good. That's smart. I was smart about that. So, Canassa seems legit. I'd believe it's real. Yes, of course. Flying bits of the spacecraft flying through the payload fairing, of course. It's very realistic. Hyper-realistic spaceflight simulator, everyone. This is, of course, Kerbal Space Program Realism Overhaul. And yes, we've got bits flying through bits and nothing going terribly wrong. I mean, they have kind of stabilized now that I am not using physical time warp to go through this launch. I do apologize that we're going to have to sit through the entire of this launch. It would be nicer to physical time warp through this, but unfortunately, due to the fact that these have a nasty habit of flapping their wings and attempting to take off where there is no atmosphere, so they're not going to be getting very far. No, yeah, it's a bit unfortunate what has been going on. So, Canassa, risk is the name of the business in space. Sometimes you've got to roll a hard 6. Jettison the fairing, YOLO. I don't want to, because the amount of testing that I did with this and the fairings breaking that avionics, it was just, like 9 times out of 10 it broke the avionics, whereas I'm looking at this. I have maybe about, I'm going to be 7 meters per second shy of getting a really nice low lunar orbit with that next stage. So I should be good, I think, anyway. Let me make sure that this stage is all okay. I'm a bit nervous that they're going to fire off. What I think I'll do is I'll move those up to that stage, then we'll jettison the payload fairing, and this stage will start firing up. And hopefully that means, what engine do I have on here? I have an RL20P3. Okay. Yeah, no, because these payload fairings need to go, and we're gonna fire up that RL20P3, and we will go, and hopefully these should give us enough clearance that we're not going to smash into them on our way out of this kind of payload fairing. We've got a bit of fuel left, so we're okay. So, Canassa, so no Olympus landing now. There will be an Olympus landing. We will be landing the first stage of this Olympus. Once I get this up to orbit, that's what we will do. We'll go over to this LSPO Connectotron probe, and we will attempt the landing of the first stage of the Olympus. And it should go okay. I'm fairly sure it will go okay. I have... Wait, no. This is the third Olympus that I have launched for this mission. The first one ran out of fuel just before we hit the ground and came down at about 10 meters per second, and I lost the landing legs, but we didn't lose anything else. It landed somehow, like, straight up as well. Don't know how that happened. Very, very curious. The second one came down at about, I think, 8 meters per second. Didn't run out of fuel, but tipped because it landed in the Pyrenees on a mountain. Not ideal. So that tipped over. Once again, all we lost was a single grid fin, which is pretty good, but I've not managed to stick a real successful landing of the Olympus yet for this mission. So hopefully that we'll be able to achieve that in this live stream. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, although because I'm doing it live, probably a much better chance that everything is going to go terribly wrong. So, Canassa, would you like the chat to get out and push? I do it. Yes, Skybound. Yes. Chat, come on. Where's that muscle power? Where's that elbow grease? Let's get out and push this rocket to orbit, because everyone knows that's how you get stuff to space, right? You get out and push. Is this the first landing for the modular base? No, Sharky KO2, this is going to be the third. At the beginning of this stream, I did show the 2 pieces that I'd landed already. In the episode that I will hopefully be releasing this weekend, I will show one of those landings. I'm not going to show both of them. Here we go. This is going to be our separation. Please, 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 don't break. Come on. I believe in you. I believe in you. You can do it. You can do it. It's going to get a bit stuttery and a bit laggy because we're separating As long as there are no explosions, I'm still looking at a blank screen. Oh, there we go. We are looking good. We are looking good. Oh, hello, but we're not connected to the right spacecraft. There we go. Oh, okay, that was interesting. That was very interesting. And we don't seem to have any Ascent. Whoa, 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 whoa. What was going on there? Okay, curious, very, very curious. Why have we gone like this? Okay, we need to stabilize ourselves very, very quickly. Let's turn Smart ASS on. Let's hit prograde. I'm going to need to finish this burn myself, which is going to be great. Okay, so prograde. That's because we are facing the wrong way. Interesting. We tried to turn prograde, but we really want to be controlling from this direction. That means that is the wrong way round. That's going to cause all kinds of interesting issues later on, but oh well. Oh, this isn't good. This really, really isn't good. Where's the procedural avionics on that part? I cannot find it. Let's see if we can just control from here. There we go. Let's move over to prograde quickly because we are losing altitude now, and we would rather not be losing altitude. This isn't good. So, Canasta, third time's the charm on landing. Any landing you can walk away from is a good landing. Any landing that you can reuse the craft is a great landing. Yes, indeed. And hopefully we will be able to reuse this booster once we land it. But first, we need to get this to orbit. We need to get this to orbit, and I think I'm going to have to manually control this, which is going to be great. We've fired up that RL-20. Again, we want to kind of kill our rotation and maintain kind of this kind of rotation, I believe. Let's try and fire that up a bit more, and yeah, come on, we want to be going up again. We want to be going up. So I'm not going to be looking at chat for a brief moment because I need to get this into orbit, and this is probably easier said than done because this is really fighting my control. Really fighting my control. I'm going to toggle this, and we're just going to try and achieve our orbit. We've got about 400 meters per second of delta V left that we need to get. Whoa, that is a lot of wobble. That is a lot of wobble. That is stupid amount of wobble. What is... Oh, that's not good. This is going to be a really difficult craft to get anywhere. This might not be achievable. This might not be possible. And I think it's because of those hinges. Yeah, we're barely pulling any G's, but for some reason it really does not like this. Oh, this is not good. This is really not good. I might have to redesign the whole connectotron kind of aspect of this mission. As long as I can get this to orbit, though, that would be nice. And I think I will be able to get this to orbit. Come on, let's just fire up real quickly for a minute. And hopefully it doesn't just, like, fly off. Look at that. Look at the connectotrons dance. It's the dance of the connectotrons. It's some kind of weird robotic dance that humans cannot understand, but... maybe the connectotrons know what they're doing. Are we? We're not in orbit. We're still not in orbit. Fantastic. Come on, let's get to orbit, please. Come on, we're almost there. We're almost there. Almost there. We will get to orbit today. We will get to orbit today, although we are using way more delta V than I would have liked. There we go, 30,000. Our time to apoapse is going down, so let's try and get this. Oh, this is very bad. And we're going to go for that. There we go. We've got an orbit. Oh, that was not ideal. That was really not ideal. Let's kill our rotation quickly. But when I perform the trans-lunar injection, I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to do this because we're going to need to do a full burn. Unless we do a really... this is... yeah, this... this isn't good. Ladies and gentlemen, we might have a problem. We might have a problem getting this over to the moon. I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. I'm fairly sure that this won't work because trying to perform our trans-lunar injection with this is going to be a nightmare. It's going to be insane. It's going to be impossible. Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. But whilst I'm thinking about that, let's go back to the Connectotron probe and we're going to attempt to land this. So, Canasta, auto-strut the hinges to stop the wobble. Can you... oh, God, I just kicked my entire desk. Can you do that from the flight screen? Because if you can't, I'm going to have to wait 160 days to build another one of these, because that's how long these rockets take to build with Kerbal construction time, which is going to be great. This thing is wiggling more than a slinky. Do you reckon if we put it down the stairs, it would flip over head, and it would be very entertaining for all? So I don't know what to do. Answer F5. F5. Yeah, but if I quick save and quick load, that's not going to change the structure of the craft. It means I'm going to have to wait another 150 days in order to put one of these down on the surface of the moon. I suppose I could launch different modules and maybe build up another one of those, maybe go in and change it slightly so that it does work, auto-strut it, but I honestly think the main problem comes from those infernal robotics parts, because I do have Kerbal joint reinforcement on, which should be able to kind of like sufficiently do this for us. Anyway, we're going to toggle the brakes. I'm going to hit action group. I said toggle the brakes. There we go. They have deployed. I'm going to hit action group 1. Or is it 2? There we go. Action group number 2, which will shut down most of these Raptor engines. We're going to point retrograde. I'm going to minimize FMRS for a little bit whilst we attempt to land this booster. And of course, we need fuel to land the booster, so we are going to unlock these. And yes, we need to wait for this to turn around because currently the fuel isn't settled whatsoever in the slightest. I hope we don't land in the Pyrenees again, because that was that was rather treacherous terrain where we were landing. Why rebuild it? Return to VAB, edit. So return to VAB and edit, because I'm playing with Kerbal construction time. So, and I don't like doing reverts. I don't like doing reverts. I suppose I could return to VAB and edit. Although now that I've come to FMRS, I'm not sure if I can do that. That might be, yeah, I'm not sure if we can do that. Right, so we have sufficient ullage, or the fuel has settled well enough, so we can fire up that Raptor engine, and we're going to start slowing ourselves down so that we can hopefully land this probably once again in Spain. I mean, there's Calais, there's Dover, there's Paris is there. That's Paris, I believe. My French geography is really bad. I know that's Brittany there, isn't it? Brittany, and this is Normandy, and yeah, my European geography is bad. It's like the Netherlands up there somewhere, Germany's over there, or yeah, no, but don't test me on my European geography. Yo, hello, Carnassa, I'm back. Welcome, HexusVG. Welcome to the stream. Hello, I've made it. Welcome, 888-3J. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, everyone. Hello, everyone, to the stream. What we're going to be doing right now is we are attempting to slow down this super heavy booster. And we're going to attempt to land this probably in the middle of France somewhere, in some poor French farmer's field. I'm sure we will be able to reimburse him with lots of money that we gain from successfully completing this mission. Or croissants, because everyone loves croissants. And yeah. Or baguettes. It's baguettes, isn't it? The French meme, baguettes. But no, I'm sure the French farmer will love having a super heavy booster landing in the middle of his field. Yes, he's going to have a field day. That wasn't intentional, but it's kind of terrible. What I'm going to do, I'm going to wait until we have about 500 meters per second left on this stage, because I tried it at, I think it was 300 originally. That's the one where I ran out of fuel. 400, I'm sure I had different problems with. So maybe I'll go for like 450 or thereabouts. I think that should be okay. I reckon, yeah, we'll go for about 450, and we'll slow ourselves down nice and gently, and everything should be good. I'm hoping anyway. 450. I feel like that is the kind of number that we want to go for today for this booster attempted landing today. So 450, we're going to cut the throttle. We should still have a couple of ignitions left on this Raptor engine in the middle. If we check this out, yeah, where ignition's remaining? I can't see. Ignition failure rate, 2%. That's less than ideal. Yeah, that would be much nicer if that was a bit lower than that. Collected data. We've only collected 101 data units. Really? Do I have test light enabled? I don't want to go into settings whilst I'm in flight, because that can disable avionics. I don't want to mess about with that. I'll check that I've got test light enabled once I come out of this, because we should be getting data units for this, and we've not had data units at launch, which is a bit surprising. So, Kanasa, I'll call dibs. Intergalactic dibs on that booster. Okay, if you call dibs, if you can get to wherever it's going to land. Yeah, like the last time I landed one of these, I landed in the Pyrenees, so that is obviously over there, so I don't think we're going to be coming down over the Pyrenees for this landing. But yeah, I think we're going to come down in the middle of France. Why don't we have ignitions remaining? Or am I just kind of... Am I kind of missing this? Because I'm fairly sure that the Raptor surface variants only have 5 ignitions. Or thereabouts. But it doesn't look like that's showing up. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Just turn off SAS if it's stable. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I might as well do that. Although once we're overheating. That's never happened before. We're coming down a bit quicker than what I have before, though. Everything is overheating. Nothing's overheating too badly, though. As long as we don't lose anything. Or that engine is getting a little bit toasty. A little bit toasty. This has never happened before. I've never got overheat warnings come up before. And we're losing stuff. That's very interesting. That's never, ever happened. And I've got 2 recorded sections of this booster landing successfully without overheating like that. That's why. Maybe it's just the flight profile I went on for that. Although I'm sure I was coming down slower than I have before. Maybe I need to burn a bit more fuel. Maybe I need to save a bit of fuel for this section of the flight and try and slow ourselves down a little bit quicker. Well, we're going to have to send that back to the people in research and development and let them know that there is an issue with this super heavy booster. Was it a landing leg that failed? Oh, it was. It was this landing leg that was here. That's going to prove interesting because those are quite heavy compared to the rest of this ship. So maintaining our center of mass it's shifted. It's definitely shifted over this way a little bit. So we're going to see how that's going to affect the landing of this super heavy booster. It's going to be interesting. Spin it a bit. Oh, I should have spun it a bit. And I could have spun it a bit because I could have used these for... I don't have roll control. And I don't think I would be able to spin this at all. So, yes. This isn't great. Yeah, landing leg overheated. That's really interesting. That's never happened before. I reckon that must have been the flight profile of this flight. So, Raptor engines don't use TATB. Not according to this. I know the Merlin ones do, don't they? Just don't use the legs, land on the engines. That's probably going to be quite difficult, landing on the engines. Well, I suppose I've done a landing that has worked like that before. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to turn to surface velocity. We're going to fire up. Oh, no. Activate engine, come on. 2,000 meters above the ground, and yes. Whew. So, I do have test light on. Test light is definitely turned on, because, well, we had a failure. I have left this way too late, though. Yep, this is going to be, yep, no, rip, bye, boom. Oh, well, oh, hello, that was, it bounced. It bounced, and it broke into a million pieces. Oh, well, we lost pretty much everything. That was rather interesting, though. I thought that would have completely crumpled on that. Well, yeah, I'm going to blame the test flight failure. Yeah, definitely. I'm blaming test flight for that because that meant that I couldn't fire up my Raptor as soon as I wanted to. And that led to us having a failed catch of, well, a failed landing of this booster. So that poor French farmer who was in the middle of his field, well, unfortunately, he won't be getting much of this rocket. He'll probably be getting a ginormous crater and, what's this? A boat tail fairing and a few additional fairings. Yes. Not the best of landings. Not the best of landings in the slightest. At least I definitely know that the test light is on, so because we did have a failure, so test light is turned on. So we're going to jump back to the main mission, and now this is where I'm going to scratch my head and figure out what on earth I am going to be doing with this this trans-lunar injection stage, which I'm having a few wobble issues with. Yeah, no, this is going to be hard. It wasn't SN 120. Well, there goes someone's house. Yes, Conasa, hi, can't stay for long. You just been on VR, so tired. Well, hello, Wretched Music 87. Welcome to the stream anyway. So, Conasa, like a glove. Yes, that was the best landing of all time, of ever. If it would have landed. Unfortunately, it didn't. No, it blew up when we hit the ground at about 150 meters per second. It was drunk as it was legless. Yes, indeed. Very, very, very good. Kanasa, didn't you stick a landing in the test flight? Yes, if I think about it, the amount of test flights that I have done for this, I think I've probably, that's the first landing that I have done that I have completely flailed. Yes, it did flail about. No, that's the first landing that I have done that I've completely failed. Usually it goes at least relatively successfully. Kind of, we may lose some legs. We may lose a couple of other things as well along the way, but I've never lost the entire booster like that before. Do I have to close on this? Oh my god. This is how well I know how to use FMRS. But no, that was the first major failure of one of those boosters, and I probably should have started slowing down sooner, but I was a bit more concerned about where the legs were going and all of that. Yeah, if I'd have slowed down sooner, I might have been able to successfully land that. And obviously, of course, I had the test flight ignition or the test light ignition failure, which really didn't help. So there were a lot of factors that led to the failure of that booster, but mostly it was my incompetence. Carnessa, don't worry, I guess there are loud oofs at NHSA, Mission Control, and Kerbcast chats now, indeed. Yes, everyone is going to be... they're looking in despair, thinking, oh dear. Oh dear, these boosters, these rather heavy, expensive, reusable boosters that we have poured a lot of research and development time in, a lot of money in, are going terribly, terribly badly. Yeah, everyone's a bit upset. It's a waste of money. They're thinking, where on earth is our money going? It's kind of been poured away to nothing. So, I'm going to plot out my Trans-lunar injection and kind of see what we can do with this. So we've got the target. That is our ascending node there. So we'll add a maneuver, create this out. No, that's not doing anything. Come on. We'll create a maneuver, plot out this, and see if I've eyeballed this correctly. That looks pretty good. We are getting an encounter with the moon at 3,137 meters per second. That's pretty good. Pretty good lunar encounter. Can we get that any closer? Yep, no, that was done perfectly. We polar inclination launched the moon, done perfectly. I've been doing this a lot, so I've been getting quite a bit better at doing these. So I need to kind of reduce that a little bit because we want to be going maybe about 60,000 meters. And 44,000, that should be okay. Come on, there we go, 57,000 meters, that will do us fine. So that's going to be a burn time of 4 minutes and 11 seconds. But unfortunately, due to the wobbly nature of this, well, that's not going to work. I wonder if I control it from another point, it might work better. Or I don't even think I've got avionics on here because I'm a bit of a melon and I didn't place any on. Oh, this is all around a bit of a disaster. Where are the avionics on this stage? Is it this? Avionics procedural. So if we control from here, yeah, that's the wrong way up. That's the wrong way up. Oh, we can change it to reversed. Okay, that might do us a little bit better rather than controlling from one of these. Although I still think that the infernal robotics are going to cause me a big old headache. Is there a way? Oh, hang on. Panic, stop all servos. Can I do that? Will that stop them from moving? What does this do? Toggle preset mode. Oh, there's a preset mode. I didn't know about this. Is there any way that I can lock them? Or, potentially, if they are moved to... So they're at minus 90 at the moment. If I move them to 0, is that going to make it worse? Or is that going to make it better? I don't know. Let's... Oh, wow. But we get... No, we're not going to smash through the solar panels. Yeah, that's not ideal. They're moving that quickly. Can I edit these? Speed. Can I reduce the speed to like maybe 0.1? Because that was quick. That was really quick. Let's go for 0.1 and we'll go for like 2 and 2 on the acceleration. And then there we go. That's a bit better. Is that even doing anything? I honestly don't know. I don't know if that's doing anything. Oh, there we go. That's a bit smoother. That's a nice and smooth. So, Canassa, R&D money is going points in different directions. Over there, over here, up there, and down there. Yes. R&D. The R&D department have had more than their fair share of funding, and they seem to have squandered it and wasted it, whilst everyone else at the Space Agency has been scratching their heads in kind of confusion, thinking, what on earth are those boys over in R&D doing? Boys and girls over in R&D, what are they doing? Why are they trying to develop this reusable rocket system that is going terribly, terribly badly? And everyone is a bit confused. So, Canassa, can you send the ISS to every planet in the solar system? Well, that's 450 tons It's about 450 tons of the ISS, isn't it? Or is it slightly more? It's quite heavy. Probably once you get to not all in one launch, and it might be difficult balancing the center of mass on that and finding out where to put the engines, but I think that might be achievable. So R&D being drunk again, shaking my head. Hello, Pesky Bird. That's the first time I've seen you in the chat. Hello and welcome. And yeah. So what do people reckon? Do people reckon if I have these like this, will this make the kind of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey, spacey-wacy stuff a little bit better? I just had Doctor Who stuck in my head then. No, the wobbly stuff, will that make it better, or will it be better if we place the kind of connectortrons up directly this way? I don't know. Yeah, I think, yeah, 1 in chat if you think this way, 2 in chat if you think this way, and I'll try and judge by the amount of, like, commenting what people think. So, Kanasa Sweet, you've created the clapping payload. It's clapping to congratulate you on getting to orbit. Yes, indeed, it is celebrating. It is celebrating the fact that we are in orbit, finally. So we've got 1 for 2, 1 for 1, 2 for 1. So, Kanasa, when will the next DSP vid be out? To be honest, I've stopped playing that. It was getting so little views that I kind of decided, well, no. It was getting so little views, and I was also doing a lot of uni work at the time. I might go back to it if it's now, well, after tomorrow. Tomorrow's my last day of uni for Easter, so I'll have a lot more time over the next 3 weeks, although I do have to revise for exams at the end of Easter as well. But yeah, I might have some time to sit down maybe for a few hours each week to film some more episodes. So there's a 3 in there. We've got a 2. We've got a couple of 2s and a couple of 1s. That's made things really, really difficult to choose. Okay, so can you do a SpaceX Starlink launch, or is it too many satellites? That might be achievable. It might be achievable. I'm sure you can fit loads of satellites in a single launcher, although making them, yeah, it should be possible. So I think we've got 2 for 1, 1 for 2. I can't be bothered moving this back up, so I think we'll go for this way. See how this works. It might be a good idea. It might not be. We'll see. I'm gonna quick save this, and there we go. We can get rid of Flight Manager for recoverable stages after I've quick saved this. And we'll get rid of that. We will close that plugin, and we'll see if we can send this all the way over to Le Moon. That lovely, lovely encounter that we've got. I'm kind of pleased how well I eyeballed that. We've got that bang on, spot on. That couldn't have gone any better. So we're going to time warp a little bit. Oh, and I've just realised I am supposed to be filming this. I forgot that I was filming this, so I should probably maybe change a few of my camera positions and do some nice stuff. So I think usually what I do in this kind of situation when we're waiting for a time warp is we will get chase camera up. Ideally, I'd like to be it another way, but I think we're going to have to go like this, and maybe what we'll do, where's our orbit? We're going about that way. So if we do this, and then we'll just have the Earth kind of like going away in the distance. And then when we get to the dark side, yep, there we go. And I will cut that there, and that will be kind of like a little clip that I might use. Maybe. I've not decided yet. And yeah, we'll wait until we get to our start burn. I'm going to change it to locked camera, because then it will do a kind of funky little maneuver when we get locked camera. It's something that I've discovered quite recently, and I really like how it looks. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get, I'm going to get camera tools up preemptively, because I do need those to do some nicer camera shots. So if I go for locked camera, and unfortunately we can't see the Earth beneath us, which is going to make this pretty naff. Well, yeah, we're not going to really be able to see what I wanted to see. Okay, so we're going to go, why can't I turn on RCS? There we go. But look, you can, because we're locked, you can see kind of like the stars moving around, and, well, not really the stars. I think they're the planets. I think that might be Venus over there that we can see, the little red dot. I don't know if you can see that, but yes, it's it's not as good as having the Earth all lit up underneath you, but oh well, it's kind of what we've got to suffer through for this, unfortunately. So, Kanasa, what was the farthest mission you've done in RO? I mean, I sent a probe to Neptune in Kerbal Gets Real. It's probably the furthest in the solar system I've gone. Furthest manned mission was my Mars mission in Kerbal Gets Real. Kerbal Gets Real was many milestones for me. I'd never done manned Mars before, and I'd never really gone further out to the outer solar system, and I don't think I'd ever landed on any of the Galilean moons, and I landed on all of them except for Io. Yeah, I didn't land on Io. That's the only one that I didn't land on. So Katniss, can I spam? Bobby? Probably not. So there was a lot of ones, there was a 69, very nice. The nice number, of course. So Kanasa, if you land boosters, I like to have a suicide burn data from MechJeb, really helps to calculate stuff. Also this time, Olympus passed the Kármán line, so it was going too fast. I think Olympus has passed the Kármán line before, though. At least I am fairly sure that it has passed the Kármán line before. This is not looking very promising that these are still going off like this. That is less than ideal. Yeah, no, I'm fairly sure it's passed the Kármán line before in even some of the tests that I was doing for it. It still has about 2,500 meters per second of delta V to slow us down, or thereabouts. Might be about 2,000 meters per second of delta V to slow down once it has finished its first kind of stage, boost up stage. I might look into tweaking it slightly, but that's the first time that it's ever burnt up in the atmosphere. And it's, to be honest, this was a heavy payload. So maybe that might have been what, but that would make less sense because it would be going, and that's the thing. The booster was going slower. It was going slower than it had done before. So I'm so confused about that. Right. Anyway, we're pointing at our node. So I am going to get MechJeb to do this, and I feel like this is going to be a really bad idea. And any minute now, we're going to see this flopping all over the place, and it's going to look hideous. It's going to look really bad. Although our center of mass should roughly stay the same, so I'm hoping it will be okay. We'll auto warp, we'll turn on our RCS, and hopefully this should be good. So this thing weighs 134 tons. It's a chunky low Earth orbit stage. Of course, it needs to be to land. All of these lunar modules. So, Kanasa, would you rather launch the ISS to the asteroid belt or a space shuttle to the asteroid belt? Probably a space shuttle. Oh, great. Oh, no, you are kidding. Why have you done this, MechJeb? It's just burnt through all of my ignitions. Oh, well, no, that's not cool. I'm gonna load a quick save to get rid of that because that was silly. That was really silly. That shouldn't have done that. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dearie me. This is not going very well in the slightest. This mission has been cursed from the start. It's been terrible, it's been bad, it's been awful. But hopefully, yeah, maybe we should be able to get through this mission. So, hey, Kanasa, questions for you. Would spin stabilizing help? Probably not for this, because we have control. We do have control. Was it a steeper descent? Maybe. It might have been a steeper descent, although it did look shallower than what I have done before. That's the thing. I'm sure it was a shallower descent, and it was going slower than I have ever done one of these before, which is why I'm so confused, because it shouldn't. Like, everything on paper, it should have been a much better landing. Is it December? I actually don't know. I've got Kerbal alarm clock turned off. What is the date? What is the date that we're launching? Never launch on December, ladies and gentlemen. It is a bad month of the year to try and do any launches. Where is my Kerbal alarm clock? Ah, there it is. It is. No, it's August. It's August. So we're not in December. We are in the middle of the year. I don't know. This is just a cursed rocket, apparently. Apparently, this whole entire operation is cursed. What I'm going to do, I will get MechJeb to do this again. However, still got quite a bit of RCS fuel remaining, which is nice. Yeah, however, I'm going to manually press H to ullage this before we start, and then hopefully that should not burn through all of our ignitions super quick. I'm going to toggle that so that starts coming out. There we go. I probably should have done that before. That might have helped, although I don't actually think it does anything. I think that's just for aesthetics within the game. I don't think toggling engines increases their vacuum ISP in the slightest like it would do. But yeah, no, it's just for aesthetics, right? So let's wait until we get to 543. There we go. What we will do is I'm going to turn on RCS. We're going to go to the node, and we're going to attempt to do this again. Let's see kind of what wobble we're looking at with this, if any. Doesn't look like we're getting any wobble whilst we move this with RCS, which is promising. That's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. It's the American engines, those Raptor engines proving very, very unreliable. Hello, Titan. Hello, and welcome to the stream. We have one of Saturn's most famous satellites with us today in the stream. Hello, Oofle Spoofle. Welcome. I was talking about your stream earlier on. It was a very enjoyable stream. My stream is going about as well as I could expect. Yes, it's... well, I failed to land a booster. For the first time, it blew up, and now we're trying to send this over to the moon, and this is going pretty badly. It's got a bit of wobbly arm syndrome. It likes to dance. It likes to dance, and we can't stop it from dancing. We're such terrible people. We want to cancel the dance, but no. It wants to dance, and we can't. We've got no way of stopping it, which is a bit of a shame. Right, so... yeah, I'm going to execute the next node, and I'm going to probably refilm this on my own. A lot of this. Why have we gone right past our burn? Right, so let's try and knowledge this ourselves. There we go. We've got full control. There we go. That's good. That's looking good. And, of course, we get the wobble, but it's stable-ish. It's stable-ish. It's not wobbling all over the place. We are kind of maintaining our node position. This is looking a lot more promising than I thought it was going to. I do not want to physical time warp through this burn, though. I am not going to physical time warp through this burn because I feel like that is going to be a very, very bad idea, and we're not going to do that. So we can see here that it looks like we're not going to have enough delta V to do that. That says because we've only got 255 meters per second here. That is incorrect. We do not have 255 meters per second in this stage. If we look up over here for the Kerbal Engineer readout, we have about 3,500. So that's more than enough to perform this burn. I'm not entirely sure what's causing that, and I am a bit wary that we are going to be burning through our RCS very quickly, trying to course correct. Although, no, that's not... oh, 242, 241. How long is the burn? It's 7 minutes. No, it's not. It's less than 220 seconds. So that's what, not even 4 minutes. Are we going to go through that faster than 4 minutes? No, we're not. But, oh, do I turn off the RCS? Yes, the RCS is okay to be turned off. Yeah, we're good. Okay, yeah, no, we're fine. This is fine. This is good. It kind of works. I've got no idea why it's working, but putting the arms out like this were much better. So... Kanasa, how far did you go with a probe or something else before you lost communication? I don't know. My probe that I sent over to Neptune was fine. We were able to maintain constant communication with that. I think I might have accidentally sent some probes out to further, maybe Interstellar, but I can't remember. I didn't really check those for connection. So, oh my god, I'm famous! So yeah, no, if... I did mention Oofle Spoofle earlier on in the stream, but if people don't know, go check out his channel as well. Really great KSP channel. I'd highly recommend it. Was really enjoying the stream earlier on before I started my own stream. And yeah, no, it was good stuff. It was really good stuff. So definitely go check him out. So, well, connectors are in stable full bend, so there is no problem. Thing is, this is just the neutral point. These can bend all the way down to here. Technically, yeah, they can come all the way down to here. Not that they really should, because that will be clipping through the part, but according to KSP physics, they can. So this is interesting. Cute. So Kanasa, have you done a Voyager mission? No, I've never done a Voyager mission. That was something that I was going to do in Kerbal Gets Real, but I kind of finished that series before I got to the 1977 window. Yeah, no, it wasn't good. I did want to do it, but my game was getting so laggy, so bad, that I decided that I wanted to finish it at the Mars mission and then start this one. And this one... It's nice. It's nice. It's a lot smoother than Kerbal Gets Real was, but at the end. But it is starting to show a bit of wear, and I'm only 3 episodes in. That might be because I've got 118,000 module manager patches, and I do need to get rid of some of those. So maybe I should, but it's not good. I don't want it to break again. Worst comes to the worst. I mean, I've got if I go into map mode, hopefully that won't break anything. I've got a lots of debris in low Earth orbit, and I've been doing so many polar launches because to get to the moon, I've been launching polar all the time. So we get this kind of like really cool crisscross effect over the Earth of all the different inclinations, polar inclinations that I've launched into. It looks really cool. Looks really cool. But yeah, no, I've got all of my geostationary satellites around Earth. I've got a relay network around the moon. I've got an attempt of a relay network around Venus. I've got 3 missions on the way to Mars, which will be in the next episode. And yeah, I've got all this stuff going to the moon as well. So the save file is getting pretty busy. So we've got 250 meters per second left. I am going to hit RCS when we hit maybe about 50, so we should be able to control ourselves, and I'm going to get ready to hit Smart ASS, kill rotation, because I reckon this is going to flip over once we finish the burn. Oh, no, it's not done too badly for itself. And we still got 800 meters per second of delta V left in this stage, which should be enough to circularize at the moon in a low lunar orbit. This should be good. This should be okay. Let's just make sure that we are going where we were supposed to be going. We are currently 4 million meters away from the surface of the moon, which is less than ideal, but we can make that slightly better. Here we go. Yeah, this is looking good. This is looking very promising. Very promising. So I want to be polar-ish. Can we stop firing up that RCS now? I think we're good. And what can I do to change this inclination? How can I do this? Do I want to go radial or do I want to use normal to fix this? I think we'll go for there. Then what we'll do is we'll add a maneuver here in 3 days, and we'll do something like this to try and get ourselves in a more polar inclination, and then we'll bring that down so that we're not going to be crashing into the surface of the moon, because that, of course, would be really bad. We do not want to be doing that. Get this down a little bit more. Make sure that periapt sign is showing. 60,000, that's good, but we need to bring this a little bit further over this way. Okay. Yeah, we want this to be as polar as possible. I need this to be polar, because we're landing at the South Pole. So if we go for that, then we'll maybe bring this back up, and of course that is going to change our inclination. So this is a lot of fine-tuning, a lot of wiggling around until we kind of get somewhere that we're happy with. Maybe we'll go a bit more in, a bit more out this way. No, that's the wrong way. That's the wrong way, and now I've lost everything. Great! Right, so where is my periaps? Why am I no longer looking at it? 220,000. Let's get that to 160,000. We can pull that out a little bit more, and we've lost the periaps indicator yet again. 142,000. And I will check chat after I've just fine-tuned this maneuver, 65,000. That looks mostly polar. Could maybe be a little bit more. 5,000, that's a bit too low, isn't it? That's a little bit too low. We'll go 56,000. Go for that. There we go. That should be a fine maneuver. That maneuver will be fine. That's going to do us just fine. We're going to get to the moon, and we are going to be able to, well, capture in a nice low lunar orbit, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, whilst we are on our journey to the moon, if I can see, planet Earth is there. So if we go for a chase view, maybe. Turn off that, and then do a little bit of time warping. And hopefully we should get a nice view of the sunrise. Look at that, it's beautiful. And I'm going to take a screenshot of that. And of course, that will be going in the final episode because that looked rather nice. Have you ever tried out KSRSS? No, I haven't. I've never played KSRSS. Never, because I got straight into RSS. And maybe KSRSS would be something I might be interested in doing at some point. But I like Realism Overhaul. I like the scale of RSS. I like the Earth. When you're in orbit around Earth, it looks big and bold and great and giant underneath you. I really like that about RSS, like the real scale. So Kanasa, have you got a look at the engine when you fire the fuel? It comes outside from the engine, not from the bottom. Yes, I know this engine is a bit weird. The RL23P, I'm not sure what mod it's from. But yeah, if we look at the engine, it doesn't fire from the bottom of the engine. It's a bit strange. So Kanasa, by the way, does extraplanetary launch pad works with RO? I wanted to make a mining engineering outpost on the moon and launch big crafts from there due to lower delta V losses. I don't actually know. I've never tried using extraplanetary launch pads with RO. Obviously, I've done that in Coming Home, but I've never tried to use that mod with RO. And if you can, I might try it out at some point. 'Cause there was a series that I was thinking of doing maybe quite far in the future, because I've obviously got the next Millenia and Coming Home at the moment. But if you can, that would be really cool, because there is something that I would like to do with that as well, because extraplanetary launch pads is a very cool mod. Anyway, that'll be a nice enough shot of that going off beyond the Earth. And look at that, Antarctica in all that. No, that's got to be the North Pole, surely, because it's sunny. And it's August, so it would be summer in the northern hemisphere. That must be the North Pole, but it looks like Antarctica. But it is the North Pole. It is the North Pole. Yeah. No. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna. I think I'll get maybe just another one just like this, because I like to have multiple different shots. Is that Greenland? It might be Greenland. Yeah, because that's Europe and I I can't tell. It's really hard determining. Yeah, that's definitely Europe. That's the Mediterranean, and then I can see Africa underneath it. Yeah, it's kind of hard deciphering what the Earth looks like when you're looking at it from the North Pole, because obviously when you're used to looking at maps, you're used to seeing it from kind of like the equator, from an equatorial view. So looking at it from a polar view, everything looks really weird and bizarre. But anyway, I'll leave it for maybe 5 more seconds, and then we will get to actually finishing up this mission. So, Kanasa, what graphic mod are you using? I am using all of the graphical mods for RSS. So I have RSS SVE, I have Eve, Scatterer, Planet Shine. What else? What are all of the graphic mods? I can't remember them all off the top of my head, sorry. I go over through all of them in my install video, the ones that I'm using anyway. So yeah, that'll be fine. There we go. That's more than enough of just floating around freely in space. That's enough camera angles, and what we will do is we will start the time warp in earnest over to the moon. And we've got perpetual power, which is going to be very, very, very nice. And in 2 days and 15 hours, we are going to start our maneuver. Yes, and that hopefully hasn't shifted. No. So, Kanasa, could you say how many mods you have downloaded? I have downloaded a lot of mods. I've got an awful lot of mods for this save. Like I said, I had 118,000 module manager patches for this save. There is quite a few. Well, what are your TUFX configs? I am currently using Jesus Rodriguez TUFX configs with the bloom turned down a little bit because the bloom is a little bit too bright on those. Makes everything look like it's got a very, very glowy outline. And yeah, you can find those. I think if you just download his RSS VE kind of install that he had, I think he did a YouTube video of it and he put that up on YouTube. So yeah, you can go check that out, I believe, and the configs will be on there, right? So how many ignitions do I have left on this? Where is my spacecraft? Why are we so far zoomed out? It's there, it's right there. We've got 3 ignitions remaining, so I can do my inclination change. Yes, that's fine. That won't be too difficult. Yeah, inclination change. Then I can do my circularization of the moon. That's 2 ignitions. Then that's all I need. So I only need 2 ignitions for this. That's fine. That's cool. We can do this. I'm going to get my orbit info up just so I can make sure that we are going to be at a 90-degree inclination, which is where I really want to be. Really, really would like to be at that 90 degrees. And what we're going to do is we are going to stick ourselves to the node and we're going to attempt to burn this. Once we are pointing at the node, I'm going to hit kill rotation rather than node so it doesn't try and like correct itself whilst we are doing this burn. And yeah, we're going to see how this goes. So, Kanasa, how to understand that you have too many mods? Step 1, look how much Module Manager Patches 2 you have. Step 2, cry. I wholeheartedly agree with that statement. Yes, the fact that this game, the next Millenia install takes about, what? Oh, there's the moon. Hello, moon. Dear Moon, yeah, the fact that the next Millenia install, it takes about 15 to 20 minutes to load up on a good day. Oh no, on a good day, it takes probably about 12 minutes. On a bad day, it can take up to 30 minutes if my computer's really crying. Right, so we're just going to do a quick burn here. Very, very, very quick burn. It's only going to take 2 seconds at max throttle, so I don't want to use max throttle because 2 seconds I am not really going to have much control over. But there we go. This is a much nicer way of doing it. I want my inclination to be about 90 degrees because we want this to be as polar as possible because we are aiming for the South Pole, of course. So if we go for this, and I've killed the engine. Why aren't you dying? We're 321,000 kilometers up. That's not ideal. Could have gone a lot better. That could have gone a lot better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for radial, because I feel like this will change what we want to change. And I'll get rid of that. Yeah, we're just going to go radial, and we're going to try and lower our periaps around the moon, or our periloon, or pericene, or one of the many words for the periaps around the moon. I think it's pericene. I think there's multiple ones for the moon. I'm fairly sure there's multiple ones for the moon. Whilst I'm doing this, actually, let's check and make sure we're not going to burn through all of our MMH and NCO. I don't think we will. That's going to be great. Although I'm really not sure about all of these burning like this. So what I might do is I might just turn this off and then we'll do this. And hopefully we should maintain our radial position quite nicely, which will be good. And all we need to do is get this down to about 60,000 meters, or maybe 80, 60. I like 60,000. 60,000 is where I usually go for a lunar landing. Especially with powerful engines such as we've got, the Super Dracos that we will be using on this stage. I think, yeah, 60,000 is going to be more than enough. So can I remember that you will have a bit wobble when you will start your big engine once more when you will land. Yes, this did wobble really badly. Oh, I've burnt too far. Oops. Yeah, this when I was testing this stage out, this wobbled really badly. So that's going to be interesting trying to land this. I didn't make any edits at all because that was dumb. That was really dumb of me. Right, so one last final thing. Obviously, we are now at the moon. Let's make a maneuver. We've got 750 meters per second of delta V in this stage. So we can, it was 749, we can do this. We can get our Apple apps down to 500,000. That's okay, that's fine. We're going to have to use roughly 50 meters per second from our landing stage to try and circularize ourselves, because I do want this to be perfectly circular. I do want this to be circular because I feel it would be a lot easier to land if it is circular. Right, so we're going to snap the node even to periapsis, and we are, yeah, that should be good. That'll be our next burn. So whilst we are waiting for that to complete, yeah, it's just a bit of time warping forward. And I think what I'm going to do is we're going to find the moon. There's the moon. We're going to get rid of the heads-up display so we can get a lovely, lovely little cinematic shot of this coming in, flying in. So can I say I have 105 installed, and it says that's only 10,672 patches. But your module manager says 180k. No, I don't have 180k. I have 118. Although that still is quite a lot. I think I have over 200 mods. I'm fairly sure I have over 200 mods. It's quite a lot. So let's have a look. Just reminding, quick load is always an option. Yes, I will quick save, I think, before I start the circularization burn of the moon. Oh, look at that. It's spinning around. It's quite a nice little spin that we've got going on there. So, yes, okay. My birds are enjoying the stream. That's nice. I'm bird entertainment, apparently. I'm glad your birds are enjoying the stream. So PC specs bifocal. Yes, I need my glasses on for this. Talking of bifocals, I need my glasses on. This is big brain stuff. We're trying to land stuff on the surface of the moon, a lunar base. We're going to try and maneuver it around. It's going to be pretty difficult. I need big brain moment, but I can't find my glasses. They're usually on my desk, but I think they might be in my bedroom for some reason. But okay. So Carnassa's computer probably sounds like a jet engine taking off with all of those patches from Module Manager. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is definitely going in a shot. This is definitely going to be in a sequence. That looks amazing. Especially at that time warp. I'm loving this. My computer doesn't actually run that loud, and it doesn't run that hot if I feel it. Yeah, it's really not that warm to the touch when I'm running this. It's quite a good PC. It's not very old either. I got my PC, probably about a year ago now, actually. It must have been about a year ago that I bought all the parts. I love this. This is my favorite shot that I've done for this so far. That looks mega. Just like kind of gracefully flying towards the moon. It's so serene, so nice. And once the moon kind of disappears out of shot like that, yeah, there we go. We're going to cut that and we're going to make sure that we are paying attention. 25 minutes until we need to start our burn. Okay, that's fine. That's all really good. That's good. Hi, Henry087. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Moonbase 2000 Part 4. We are finally landing stuff on the moon, hopefully. This is real. This is not a simulation. No, we have built up everything in the past 3 live streams, and now it is time to attempt to land them for realsies. Yes, it's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. Everything will go according to plan. Nothing could ever go wrong with Realism Overhaul, Test Flight, and Kerbalism, and all of those nasty mods that always wants to ruin my day. No, everything's going to go absolutely fine. So, what we're going to do, we are going to turn around to the node, and we are going to prepare ourselves to circularize at a low lunar orbit. Yes, we're going to try and make this as nice and circular as possible. That way, it'll be a lot easier to land at my targeted landing site, which is, of course, as I showed earlier on in the stream, this LSPO core ship here. We can see that we're not really going to be going over it at the moment, which is a little bit of a shame. What I might do is keep this in a low lunar orbit for maybe, I don't know how long it's going to take for us to kind of pass over that. At worst, it'll be a couple of weeks. At best, it might be a few days. Yeah, I might do a few rotations around the moon. It doesn't matter because the stage that will be landing us, it is powered by MMH and NTO, which is a hypergolic fuel, so we won't be dealing with any boil-off. Look at the Earth over in the distance there. That's a screenshot opportunity. There we go. Screenshot grabbed. And what we're going to do is we are going to... No, I'm going to turn my RCS off, and I'm going to wait these 50 seconds until we need to start up that main engine again. And yeah, no, I think I might do this burn manually. It's been a while since I've done a manual burn. I get MechGem to do everything, and all this is really is just hitting Z and waiting for 50 seconds. It's not going to be a particularly challenging burn at all. No, we just have to hit Z, fire up that engine, make sure that we have sufficiently settled the fuel, and go, 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 go! So, bro, I got my vaccine at December. Wow, that's a while ago. I got my vaccine. How long ago did I get my vaccine? Probably about 8 weeks ago? I'm type 1 diabetic, so I was in one of the more at-risk groups in the UK. So yeah, no, I got to jump in got a bit of a queue jump because of my medical condition. But yeah, no, it was only probably about 8 weeks ago. No, it can't be that long ago. 6 weeks ago. 5 weeks ago. I can't remember. It's been a while, though. It's been a while. Right, so we are 3 seconds away from the start of our burn. We are going to turn our RCS on, try and knowledge this stage. There we go. Everything is looking good. We are going to kill rotation and fire up that engine for the final time. We did not have an ignition failure, but look at that. They are wobbling yet again. God, these like to dance. We can't refuse them the dance. They do love the dance, and I should be filming this, but no, I'm not. Oh, there we go. That's a pretty nice view. Yeah, I like that view a lot. I do like that view. I really like that view. That's going to go in as well. I'm going to take a screenshot of that too. Very nice. I'm not sure, it's feeling kind of warm out here. So I could be tidally heated by Saturn. Oh yes, Titan, of course, of course. With your methane lakes, your methane oceans even. Oh, look at that. They've really gone out of control now that we have run out of fuel for this stage. Yes. Can we finish the burn? I wonder. With the RCS that we have remaining, or are we going to run out? But we have we've not circularized, we have now captured at the moon. Oh wait, maybe we did finish. Ah no, we've still got 500, orbit 60,000 meters by 550,000 meters. What I am going to do is I am going to try and use all of the MMH and NTO in this stage, and would you look at that? It is all gone. We have run out. And yeah, now what we can do is we can decouple this stage. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to retract the solar panels to begin with, though, because I don't want these to kind of do something that they shouldn't do. We're going to do a bit of a quick save. We're going to decouple this stage, and then we're going to look and see kind of like what our predictions for landing this thing are going to be. Wobble! There was indeed a wobble yet again. So, Kanasa, I'm a lab rat, was on the third phase of trials of Sputnik 5. Okay, go. So what, you were on the tests for the vaccine? To be honest, I actually, no, I don't think I would have even been allowed to sign up for a trial. I suppose with... Yeah, no, because there's all kinds of different conditions that they have to look into. But I don't know, being type 1 diabetic, but I've never been adverse to trialing medicine. That sounds really bad. I don't know. I'm not sure where I'm going with that. So, can I say, that's a legitimate design feature of this payload, right? It's totally designed to do the wobble. It is. I've got a cough today. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, no, I seem to have a cough today. Well, I hope it's not COVID due to the fact that I did have the vaccine, as I was just talking about. I'm sure it's not. But yes, we are going to... I did quick save, didn't I? So I'm going to get rid of the camera, get rid of the heads-up display, and now I want a nice view to... Oh, no, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a pathing up. We're going to get a new path. We're going to go for a new key, maybe a little bit of zoom. We're gonna, do something like this. Maybe get the Earth in like that. And Yeah, I think that looks okay. And with pathing, the great thing about the pathing tool, so when you stage parts, it obviously changes the camera from the center of the mass of the combined old stage with the new stage to the center of mass of the new stage. With pathing tool, the camera will not change at all. So what I can do is, I think, if I hit space now... Oh, are you kidding? We've not decoupled. Wait, have we? Have we decoupled? We have. I'm sure we have. It just looks like we're still connected a little bit. Yeah, no, we have decoupled. Oh my god, I almost had a mini heart attack then. I thought, we've got all the way to the moon and we can't even land. No, it's good. We have decoupled. We have safely decoupled. I don't know what's going on with that RCS control though. That seems to be very, very violent. I think it's because we still got a bit of wobble with these, which is going to burn through our RCS really, really quickly. So I think what I've got to do is I've got to try and not use smart ASS, which is going to be sad. So Canassa, what version of RO capsules are you using? My capsules doesn't have a blazer on it and yours does. I just updated today to the most up-to-date version of RO capsules on GitHub. I grabbed the master branch today. I'm not sure what version that is, but I am using the master rather than an actual release, which might be a bit different from an actual release. So yeah, I don't know if I've got a released version or not. So we're going to kill our rotation. We're going to fire up these two Super Dracos a little bit. And look at that. There we go. We blasted that away. And what I want to do is I just want to get this down a little bit more. Maybe we'll get this to about 100,000. Then we'll do another pass. And when we're at Periaps or Perilune or whatever it is, we will start slowing this down again. Maybe we could get that down to 55,000. That'll be okay. How much base progress how much base progress do you have? I've currently landed 2 separate modules down. I have landed the lunar outpost tortoise tank, and we have also landed the main hub module. These are going to be the first 2 connectotrons, as I think it was Katniss that dubbed these the connectotrons. And yeah, that's it. That's all I've landed. How long have I been streaming for? 1 hour and 33 minutes, and we've gone. We've not done an awful lot. This is the first launch. This is the only launch that I've done for this stream. So we have the LSPO core ship there. And we have, oh, this is going to be difficult to land. This is going to be really difficult. So I think, yeah, what we're going to do is we are going to time warp ahead until it does look like it is going to be roughly underneath us. I am going to get MechJeb to see if it can start doing the descent burn, because that will be able to do a targeted landing a lot better than I can, because my targeted landings in real solar system are terrible. I'm a lot better in coming home. I can pretty much nail those, but in Realism Overhaul, when Delta V, all of the Delta V matters, yeah, I need to try and get MechJeb to do the beginning of the... Whoa. Why are we slowing down? What is going on? Why are we slowing down? Time warp? Why? Did I just press the wrong button? I think I pressed the wrong button. Oh, it's okay. Nothing bad. Although I do need to check Kerbal alarm clock and make sure that nothing is coming up. 126 days until that reaches Mars. That's fine. So I know when hop. If you're talking about SN11, isn't there, well, rumours that it might hop on Friday? I know that they've cancelled all of the road closures for today, or, well, they cancelled it for today and yesterday. So SN11, the last I heard, that there's a potential slight chance that it might hop on Friday, but it's probably more likely to happen over the next few weeks, I imagine. So, have you ever launched the Sea Dragon? No, I have not. I have not launched the Sea Dragon. That is probably something I won't do in this series, though. I might do it as a one-off, due to the fact that that'll be a pretty cool one-off to do, but it's not going to happen in this series because we're a little bit past the Sea Dragon kind of era. So, it's not something. I might do a one-off mission about it, though, because that'd be pretty cool. I'm not sure how feasible it would be doing a launch from water, though. Oh, I think I might be coming down with something. It's not COVID, but I think I might be coming down with something. That's not fun. On live stream, yay! But no, yeah, Sea Dragon, it would be fun to do as a one-off. But launching from water, that might be pretty trifical. So, Riccardi Poli, I need to go. I'm going to rest a bit because the news that I have COVID shocked me a bit. Oh, well, damn, sorry to hear about that. Yeah, no, sorry to hear about that, man. I hope you feel okay and that you feel better soon and that you have a swift recovery. Yeah, that must be pretty sucky news to receive. Yeah, no, yeah, that's not good news at all. I do wish you a swift and good recovery. Is it possible, enjoyable to play RO with a planet pack other than RSS, or are they dependent? I think they might be dependent. I think it might be just possible. Someone asked me this on stream last time I streamed, and I didn't know the answer then, and I still don't know the answer. I think a lot of maybe the contracts. Obviously, if you've not got RP1, then the contracts don't matter. But I'm not sure. I really don't know. I think I've seen this question come up on the RSS Reddit before as well, and people generally advise not to, but I don't know if they're just being like RSS purists. If that's even a thing. I'm sure that is a thing. So in KSP, the Sea Dragon's engine doesn't destroy it because if you release the clamps before the engine starts, it destroys the launch pad. Fantastic. So RO is dependent on RSS. Yes. There we go. Thank you, Sumamoto. Thank you very much. So bye-bye, Ricardo. Is that Ricardo Poli? Yes, there we go. Okay, yeah, I'm bad at saying names. I'm really bad at saying names. So what we need to do now is, obviously our orbit is all the way over here, and we want it to probably come this way, or thereabouts. So yeah, I'm going to focus on the moon. What we're going to do is we are going to make sure that we do have our solar panels deployed again, because we do not want to run out of electric charge whilst we are time warping around the moon. That would be very, very bad, and I would be very upset if that were to happen. So we'll extend the solar panels. Why haven't those gone? Come on, there we go. That's better. That's what we like to see. We're going to focus on the moon, and I am going to do the time warp until it looks like we are in a position to land. And yeah, there we go. 10,000 times time warp. And it really doesn't help that this is moving with the time warp, so I can't really tell whereabouts our orbit is. Yeah, we're still not there. Whoa, that was quick. That was very quick. Let's do that a little bit again. I'm sure we're not getting any closer. Let's do that again. How long have we been around here? Quite a few days. I think we're getting there. We're getting somewhere. That looks like, oh, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. Come on, this is painful. There we go. That looks like it's close enough. We look like we're roughly going over. We can maybe go a little bit more, but that looks good. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this as my target. Does that look like we're going over it? Pretty much that does, yeah, I think we're fine. Yeah, I'm going to set that as the target, and I'm going to get MechJeb to do the first bit of the landing. And if it looks like MechJeb is having an okay time doing this landing, what I will do as well is I'll get it to do the entire landing. But let's have a look. We probably want our touchdown speed to be maybe 2 meters per second, because, yeah, this isn't going to be very good at landing. I don't want auto warp on. And I don't want deploy landing gear on. No, those are two things that I don't want. So I have a problem with my boosters for my moon rocket. They keep wobbling and exploding, even with auto strop. Can you help? So Hexus BG, I believe there is, well, you could download Kerbal joint reinforcement, which is the recommended mod for RO and RSS to use. There is currently, I noticed when I first started doing this career that there was one mod that was breaking that, and I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but I had to remove it, and it was some kind of fairing mod. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head though, but there is one mod that interrupts with Kerbal joint reinforcement, and the reason why I found out it was that mod is because It's Just Lucy told me that it was that, and after removing that, it fixed everything. So Canasta extraplanetary launch pads actually work with RO. Very, very nice, but there are some problems with cost, but I think with community help, this is not a problem. That's very, very cool. That's very, very cool. And thank you for letting me know that, because that is something that I did want to know as well. So anyway, we are going to land at the target. We're going to land at the target. Ah, there we go. We want to turn on this. There we go. We can move this relatively quickly with ease. And what I will do is, we have quick saved. I'm fairly sure we've quick saved. I'm gonna quick save again. Moving to low orbit plane change burn point. Okay. Interesting. We are using a lot of this RCS, our landing stage fuel, to perform this landing, which is less than ideal. It's okay. It looks like at the moment we're not really going for a plane change, rather a descent burn, because we're pointing retrograde. MechJeb landing guidance, are you okay? Are you okay? Do you know what you're doing? Maybe I will turn auto warp on for this section. Yeah, I think we will. Auto warp for this section, but auto warp will come off for the final bit of the landing. So executing low deorbit burn. Okay, cool. There we go. Now that we're here, we are going to turn auto warp off, and we're just going to follow this until we land. And look at this. We're coming directly over the South Pole now. We are very, very, very close to that. This is going to be an interesting landing. We are firing directly over the South Pole. There we go. We have performed our deorbit burn. And it's struggling a little bit against this due to the fact that there is a lot of wobble. This could go very badly. This could go very badly. But I don't use RSS, RO, and RSS. Oh, you set the moon. So I thought that's why you used RO, RSS. So how good is the download tutorial tool of RP1 from the GitHub page? Is the game actually enjoyable, or would you say it's very basic and needs more mods? Well, I've got my own personal tutorial video, which I think is listed on that page. And in that video, I go through a few extra mods that you might want to make the game more enjoyable. There are definitely some mods that would make the experience better. But yeah, it's good. It's very enjoyable. It takes a long time to get used to warping to start of braking burn. Interesting. Are we not braking now? I thought we were. Well, I thought we were braking now, but apparently we're not. But yeah, no, it is enjoyable. It's definitely enjoyable. It is hard to get into. It's very tricky. There is a lot to learn. It's a lot more complex than stock KSP, but it is very, very enjoyable. Very, very enjoyable. Flapping its wings for extra lift. Yes, all of that dense atmosphere on the surface of the moon is going to provide us a lot of lift for this kind of weird contraption that we're going to be attempting to land. I think the next time I design something like this, I'm going to land these one at a time. I'm not going to try and land two at once. This was not a good idea, but I suppose this isn't actually going all that badly. Yeah, that's coming down rather smoothly. Yeah, that's not that bad. There's a bit of flap, there's a bit of flop, there's a bit of wobble, but it's really not all that bad at all. This is going a lot better than I initially anticipated, which is quite nice. So Ganasa, next time use H-style for each for such craft. Long stuff on side, stage in the middle. I could have done that. The reason why I wanted this like this, I think the reason why I went for this is when we land this on the surface of the moon, what we can do is we can land these both kind of like the legs face down, so the legs will touch down, and then we can detach this from this side once we've connected the space tank over here. Then we can drag that along, and that should all be good. And then this will remain, and this will remain, and then this will still be stable, which was kind of like the idea that I wanted to go for this, kind of the idea that I was toying around in my head with to make this work. But yeah, no, a H-style might work, and I think I've got another one of these that I do want to send down to the surface, because there is another set of these that I do want. And I think before I do that, I am going to redesign this, because this has been a bit of a it's been a bit of a catastrophic failure, if I'm going to be honest. It's not been the best of designs. Where is the Earth? Seriously, I would have thought I would have seen the Earth by now. Earth? Hello? Maybe the Death Star visited and we got blown up by a ginormous super laser. Where is the Earth? Am I really? Yeah, oh no, I'm still too far away. Okay, now I have to be careful about this stage of auto land, MechJeb auto land, due to the fact that these do still have quite a high ignition failure rate. And this could, or 0.2, oh wow, that's really gone. Oh, 0.81, that's really gone down. I have been using these Super Dracos a lot. So Kanasa, the landing itself scares me. Sides will land first. One may cause rapid unplanned disassembly. When I landed this in the, well, what was it? When I did this in the simulation, this all went off without a hitch, I would like to say. It didn't break at all. I'm not sure how that's going to go in reality though. So this could be interesting. Oh, look at this, a wobbly thing. Yes, indeed, it is a wobbly thing, as has been mentioned already. It is using these wing-like structures to try and generate lift with the very dense lunar atmosphere. Yeah, no, we're trying to gain as much lift as we possibly can with these wings flapping around in the very, very, very strong solar winds that are providing all of the lift that this craft needs to land successfully at the target. It's very interesting. So, Kanasa, could you say where I can download the real space shuttle system? Because I can't find the space shuttle mod. I've never used a space shuttle mod, so I could not tell you. I am very sorry. Any plans to use KRPC or KOS? I don't know what KRPC is. I've not heard of that. I do have KOS on this install, and I might have a look into learning how to do stuff with KOS, but unfortunately I've got a lot of other learning that I need to do at the moment in regards to university work, so it's something that I've kind of pushed into the back of my mind. This is really not looking good, is it? This is... As long as I'm about maybe less than 5 kilometers away, I will be happy. Oh, no, that's what I really did not want to see. Let's turn that on. We need to slow ourselves down as quickly as possible. Come on, this is not good. That was a terrible failure. Come on, we need to slow ourselves down. Right, I'm going to get my landing guidance up from Flight Engineer. We need to start burning really damn quickly. Cool. Flight guide... Yeah, this is a failure. That will have killed us. That will have absolutely killed us because I've not got enough time to start my suicide burn. We are coming down way too hot. Come on. Surface velocity. Right, I'm going to fire up those engines real quick now. Come on, there we go. I don't like this. We've got barely any time on this suicide burn countdown. This is really not good. Oh, but we're slowing ourselves down. The Super Dracos are incredibly powerful engines, so this is all right. But I do want to turn. And why have I got no control? We're going to fly straight over it. Why can't I control this? Because I don't really want to be landing at this kind of angle. And we are going to be a few kilometers away, but not that that really matters. We can't, yeah, I really can't move this at all. Oh, I think we've come into render range of the other craft, which is pretty nice. We're going to go flying straight over here. Here we go. Preparing final landing for the Connectotron, and everything is looking good. We are going to slow down our throttle a little bit, wait for that suicide burn countdown to try and calm itself down a bit. And we have 8 seconds until impact. Oh, yeah, no, I'm burning for the moon. Oh, this is 50 meters per second. Yeah, we're slowing down now, though. There we go, lovely. Oh... We're going to safely land on the surface of the moon, and I think once we get to... There we go. We're going to do that. We're going to kill our rotation, fire up our engines once again, and come down really slowly. Flap, and we've landed! The bird has landed. The floppy Connectotron has landed. We're 2.5 kilometers away from the other part of the base. We're still in the South Pole, and I think rather than doing 2 trips of that base, of that rover from here to that base, what I will do is I'll bring that rover over to here. Now, that's a suicide burn. That kind of went okay. That really, yeah. The landing went a lot better after I took over from MechJib. It kind of worked. It worked okay. Although, the only reason why I took over from MechJib is because we had an ignition failure on one of these, which... kind of, yeah, that was bad. But yeah, no, the landing, textbook landing. Everything was great. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to save. I think we might be a little bit too far away from that to... Oh, yeah, we might be a bit too far to switch. Yeah, no, we have to use the map, which is a bit of a shame. So what I'm going to do, we are going to grab the first part of the base, if I can find it. If we turn this off, it's not going to let me, is it? Come on, can we zoom in? There we go. So we'll switch to this, and we're going to attempt to drive over to the Connectotron and start setting up this base. So Canassa, blame HAL 9000. See, I'm not using HAL 9000 because that is apart from the stock game. I'm using Infernal Robotics, which has it all built in anyway. But yeah, no, very, very interesting landing. Why have I got such a cough today? I'm very sorry. Oh yeah, no, I just seem to have a really, really throaty cough today. I do sincerely apologize. But yeah, no, that was a pretty decent landing. Pretty decent landing. Textbook Kerbal landing. Yes, someone is here, definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, we have touchdown off the new moon base. Yes, Canassa textbook screaming. Check panic. Check frantic keyboard mashing. Check, yup, that textbook landing. All right, definitely, definitely. So Canassa, what's the money situation like? Do you still need to farm a contract, or do you do them occasionally and have virtually infinite money? No, I do. My money at the moment is pretty good. So if we look here, I've got 8 million. The reason why I've got that much is I recently accepted all of the first human lunar contracts. I accepted and finished the space station contract, which gave me about 6 million. And what else did I accept? I accepted something else. I can't remember what it was, but I accepted loads of contracts that gave me a load of money. And that was great. I had 16 million funds after picking up all of the moon landing contracts. The reason why I've only got 8 million now is basically buying all of the lunar base parts. And what I'm going to do as well is I will need to set up, well, I'll need to set up the first lunar base contract as well, which will be something that's happening very soon. I can't pick up that contract yet, unfortunately, though. Oh, this is tricky getting up this hill. It's not turning the way that I want it to. This might be more difficult than I anticipated, getting this. If I reduce the leg extensions, we should be able to move this a bit faster. There we go, because the legs aren't dragging us along. There we go, much better. I mean, I could drive this all the way, or I could potentially, I could maybe try Bon Voyage, let Bon Voyage do this, because at the moment, this is really painfully slow. I'm going to be moving 2 meters a second, and we've got 2.5 kilometers to go. That's what? I don't want to do the maths. How long is that going to take me if I do this? And we're not even going in the right direction. Come on. This is really hard to control. Can I set the leg mode, the leg extension to 0? Will that help me out? Or is this just going to be a real pain to try and move this? Can we move forward? Yes, we can. We're on our way. We're on our way. So that thing was in the air and it bounced. So what thing was in the air? Megjeb gone 4. I'm sorry, Canassa, but I can't allow you to land this. Yes, basically. Megjeb was like, no, you need to do this. Do this on your own, damn it. I'm not doing this for you. This is a weird and crazy design. I'm handing the reins over now. And it went well. It could have gone... Could have maybe landed it a little bit closer, but I feel like 2.5 kilometers away is more than enough for me. I have no idea why, but it really, really, really wants to turn to the right, this contraption, which is not good because we want to be going to the left. So maybe Bon Voyage may be a better way of doing this. So 16 minutes of drive time to get there. I wonder if I'm going to quick save whilst we're on here. Can't quick save whilst moving on the terrain. That's fair enough. Oh, are you kidding? One of my tracks broke. Which one broke? Operational. Operational. Broken. Why did that break? That's going to make things way more difficult. I think what I might do is I might turn off the motor on this. That might make it a bit easier. But why did that break? That's just... what? It was moving at 0 meters a second. That shouldn't have happened. Oh, but we can move now. That's better. We're over the hill and we're on our way. Right, so yeah, no, I'm going to talk with the action group and I'm going to do a quick save. I'm really, really annoyed about that wheel braking. But yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, what we're going to do is we are going to activate Bon Voyage. I think, can we use Bon Voyage on this? No, we cannot. We can use Bon Voyage on this though, because I have a mod, a config that will allow me to use Bon Voyage on this, which is really cool. Really, really, really cool. Serial Black over on the Discord did this, and it is great. It's fantastic. So what we want to do is we want to set this as our target, the LSPO Connectotron probe, and we are going to go for current target. It is going to take, I don't know, distance target 2.5 kilometers. 1.32 meters per second, not enough power, system check, and we will hit go. I'm gonna quick save first though, because Bon Voyage can really mess things up really quickly. So Canassa, what parts do you have in your PC? In your PC? I have a, oh, Bon Voyage is already active. Switch to another, oh, there we go. Cool, we're good to go. So with that being done, what we can do is we can go back to the Space Center and have a look at maybe what the next module is that we're going to launch. Anyway, yes, no, parts of my PC. I have a NVIDIA RTX 2070 Super graphics card. I have 64 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. Yeah. Yes, no, that's what I have. Yeah, 64 gigabytes, DDR4, 3200 megahertz RAM, and I also have a Intel i5 9600K CPU. So, Carver McClaw, I disabled wheel damage on KSP wheels because it does not scale well with RO. Wheels break way too easily. Can you disable that? Is that in the options? Because I kind of want to do that because I have had several issues with wheels breaking. In episode 2 of The Next Millennia, my wheels all broke before they'd even landed, and I was like, why is this happening? But yeah, no, if you can disable wheel damage, I am definitely going to do that because KSP wheel does not seem to like RO, as you did suggest. So, Canassa, we should definitely make a frequently asked question for the next stream because the same questions get asked every time, lol. Yes. I mean, I think I've answered the specs of my PC twice already this stream. And if you want to know, they are now on the about of my channel. So I have placed them on the about on my channel due to the fact that I get asked that a lot in my comments as well. And I thought it'd probably be best to start maybe directing people there and saying like, look, these are the specs of my PC. And yeah, I get asked, what else do I get asked a lot? But also, a lot of this information is on Discord. If you don't know about the Discord, I do highly recommend going and checking it out. It's pretty cool community. We've got a lot of friendly faces over there. Just hit over 750 people on there, I think, which is pretty cool. I think we were on 757 last time I checked today, and I thought like, ooh, airplane. Yes. Okay, so Project Lunar, is that the next thing that we're going to be doing? Ah, no, we have a drilling platform, and that is ready to go. Oh, yeah, I think... What do I do? Do I do the drilling platform and then the power tower? I think I do. Yeah. We're going to grab the drilling platform and then the power tower. So this is the way of powering up the base. The drilling platform is our way of extracting water and regolith from the ground. So we do need a drilling platform on there pretty desperately, but we need a power tower to power it all up. I've not named these. These are just all kind of like silly names, so I know exactly what they are. They will have kind of like official names when I do the video, but at the moment they don't really have any proper names. So, drilling platform. We're going to roll that out to launch site Tolkien yet again. No, we're not. We're going to have to do one quick minor edit to this because it needs the mission flag on the top. It wouldn't be very cool without the mission flag. So we're going to go into the vehicle assembly building, quickly edit this and add the nice mission patch that I've designed for the Lunar South Pole outpost. Time for KSP. Hello, and welcome to the stream. Welcome to Moonbase 2000. And of course, it's going to be a base on Venus. Yes, that's what we're doing today. We are going to Venus. We are going to brave that hostile atmosphere, and we're going to attempt to set foot on no, we're not. We're going to the moon. We're going to the South Pole of the moon. It's going to be an outpost that drills. Got lots of drills on it. It's got so many drills, it could drill a hole straight through the core of the moon and through the other side. And no, it doesn't. It's got a lot of drills, though. It's got a lot of drills, a lot of drilling power. But yeah, no, yeah, so it's just all about a moon base, really. And this is going to be the 4th launch to put all the components together, and I'm just coming in to edit it to add a quick new flag onto the base. Well, onto the payload fairing, because it needs those flags. It needs to look pretty, and it needs to have kind of like the right kind of stuff on it. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Yes, I know what I'm talking about. So, hello, I'm new here. Hello, Andre. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to me attempting to do realism overhaul and put together moon bases and land recoverable boosters and all of that cool, interesting stuff, and I try to provide some sort of entertaining commentary over the top, and usually it is just me babbling a whole load of nonsense. So what we're going to do is, like I said just a short second ago, we've got a mission patch that I have. Here's one I designed earlier, and it is the New Horizons Space Agency Lunar Polar Outpost. I really like how that turned out. I'm really pleased with that mission patch. It's like my favorite mission patch that I've ever designed. So 0.3 density is 0.01. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. We have this staging. Is that all correct? That looks like it is going to be promising to me. I do want to move that slightly up. Maybe we'll move that just there or something like that. Then after that goes, we want to fire that up. We want to fire those up, that up. Yep, that's good. The RCS on that stage will go. Then we'll fire the payload fairings, I think. Like I said with this previous launch, I'm a bit nervous about those payload fairings going. They do make me worry a little bit. I am a little bit worried about that. Do I have MLI on there? Yes, I do, and I should have enough avionics on this, I believe, to get us all the way that we need to go. We've got a really rubbish-looking sky crane on that. That's fine. We only need a rubbish-looking sky crane, and this looks like it is good to go. So, yes, we're going to save those edits. It's going to take 3 hours. 3 hours to do what? to put a... I suppose, to put a new decal on this? Really? Okay, fair enough, I suppose. It's a big old payload fairing, maybe, right. So we'll save those edits, yeah, that's fine, and we will get this. We'll get this onto the launch pad to launch our 2nd mission to the Lunar South Pole Outpost in this live stream. So, welcome, Katniss. What you going to do today? I want to do it too. Today? Yes, so I thought I spoke about that already. Today on this live stream, we will be attempting to land a base over on the Lunar South Pole. And what we will be doing there is using the Lunar Outpost Tortoise Tank to combine all of the modules together so that they form one coherent base and everything goes according to plan. Yes. I don't know, that's what we are going to be attempting to do. Well, that's what we are going to attempt to do today, and so far we've landed one module, and we have attempted to send another module over towards it. So we need to move the drilling platform up through our Kerbal construction time list, and it's the one that is only going to take 3 hours. I do need to remember that, so it is this one. There we go, 3 hours and 38 minutes. We'll warp to complete, and then we will begin to roll this out. There we go, drilling platform. 13 days it's going to take. That's an awful long time, but that's okay. I think, what do we reckon? Do I launch the drilling platform, or do I go back and see if the Lunar Outpost Tortoise Tank has made its way over to the connectortrons? And do I see if we can move those together and connect those up? Because I kind of want to go back to the tank. LSPO core ship is out of charge. Oh, that's probably because we're on the dark side of the moon. It might not have actually gained any charge, and it might not have begun moving over there. So I think we'll do the launch. I do really want to get to putting all of this together, though, which is a shame. But no, we'll do the launch, and we'll see how this goes. KKK, never mind. I can't not too much for me. Well, they are hand-printed. What are hand-printed? It scares me. How to get those cool mods. All of these mods, well, this is, yes, it's Realism Overhaul. It's Realism Overhaul. I have an install video on how to get all of these mods if you would like to check that out. And yes, it makes KSP very, very difficult, very difficult. So, Canasta, don't forget to disable wheel damage. Can I do that from in-game? I don't know if I can do that from in-game or not, but I will have a look. What did Calvin answer? Yeah, you can change the value in the settings. Oh, okay, there we go, cool. Yeah, I've seen that now. Awesome. So what do you plan for the future post-lunar base? What accrued mission to Mars be next, or do you plan to do some more lunar stuff or just advanced probes? I'm not sure what I want to do after this. I do want to maybe go to Mars. I want a space station around Mars, and I want a Mars permanent base as well. That's something that I do want to do in this series. We want to do more advanced probes as well, definitely. I want a space station. So basically, for this series, I want space stations around Mars and Venus, and maybe Ceres or maybe Vesta. I've not decided yet. I want to do landings on Phobos and Deimos, Ceres and Vesta, probably not Venus, but we will send astronauts over to Venus. And yeah, there's a few things that I want to do. I'm not sure what order I want to do them in yet, though. And I want to go to all of the kind of outer planets and maybe do a little bit more around each of the outer planets, because obviously in Kerbal Gets Real, I went to Jupiter and I went to Saturn. I landed on Titan, I landed on Ganymede, Callisto, and Europa. Didn't visit any other of Saturn's moons, which was a bit of a shame. So I want to do more around those. Maybe go to Neptune and Uranus and check out some of their moons as well. There's a lot that I want to do. So can I say yes in diff settings even now? Okay, I will change that before I start the launch of this vehicle. So send some refuel truck and crane for rocket to the moon. Refueling in this, I will be doing refueling at some point, but nothing for the moon. Nothing for the moon. I mean, the whole premise of this lunar base is that it will refuel the crafts on site, which will be pretty cool. It will be very, very cool. So the landers that I've designed to visit the moon base, they will not have enough Delta V to return to Earth from the surface of the moon. They are going to have to utilize in situ resource utilization to get back, which is something that I'm very much looking forward to doing. So, right, there we go. We have the second launch of a lunar base component. Once again, I am going to have to make sure that we are properly aligned with the moon. So, where is the moon? The moon is over there. If we launch right now, if I check this, if I can just focus on Earth, that would be really nice. Where are we? We are there. Drilling platform. You know what? That might be. I think we're a little bit too early. Oh, do I go there? Do I go there? Or that's a bit too early, I think. I think I kind of want it to be maybe about here. Wait, that's a shame. We're gonna no, screw it. I'm gonna launch this. I'm gonna launch this because we can wait in low Earth orbit for a bit, and hopefully it shouldn't take too long to wait in low Earth orbit. This could be this could be famous last words, and this could go very, very badly. But no, I think we will just go screw it. We're gonna deactivate those two because I don't want flappy flaps on the way up. No, that would be terrible. And yeah, we're going to launch. We're in a minus 90 inclination at 160 kilometer low Earth orbit, parking orbit. That will be fine. Everything else here is looking rather good. We are going to engage the autopilot. And I think maybe what I'll do for the Kerbal Gets Real the Next Millennia video that we will be using for this, I'm going to get a stationary camera. And we are going to place that maybe within the modular launch tower, because I feel like that might be a nice little shot. If we maybe get something like this, and then we will launch this, and this might look cool. This might look cool if we go from there. Okay, so we can engage the autopilot now. Everything does seem to be staged correctly. I hope that I don't go flying through the modular launch tower when I launch this, but in 5, 4, 3, 2, and... oh, yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. There we go, the Raptors have fired up, and what I want to do is I want to turn off camera shake. There we go, and we are going to launch this, and hopefully everything... No, we have flown through the modular launch tower, as I feared. Oh well, this is still a pretty decent shot. It could have been better. I would have much preferred it where it was, and of course we're going to get a load of lag. due to the fact that there are many parts on this rocket, and I think I'm going to take an F1 screenshot of that because I really like that. So not from launch, from Space Center stream. From Space Center screen. Oh, okay, I should have done that. Which part you must have for make fuel? For make fuel Raptors. So the fuel that I'm using, the mod that I've got for all of the fuel, it's from a mod called Real Fuels, I believe, that adds all of that. It's part of the Realism Overhaul suite of mods, and it's, it makes the game far more challenging. Although, there are a few shortcuts that make it a little bit easier to use, such as a handy button on the part action window that does everything for you. Right, there we go. That's more than enough. More than enough time wasted looking at the Space Center. And I think what I might do is we'll just get another stationary camera, maybe somewhere over here. Oh god, we're moving all over the place, and we can just kind of like look up at it as it flies past. I think I'll move the move speed up to 1,000. Yes, very quick, and then we can just see it as it goes. Oh no, we are now underground. We are now underground. And we'll do something like this, and we'll just wait for this rocket to make its way gracefully up for a little bit, and then we'll probably skip through the vast majority of the rest of this launch. So would you kindly don't use caps? Thanks. 21 Raptors isn't conclusive to your frame rate. Yes. 21 Raptors really isn't fun. Really isn't fun. I've also had KSP open now for about 12 hours. No, not 12 hours. For about 2 hours and 40 minutes. So usually this is when things start suffering. Usually this is about when I have to restart the game, and yeah, because KSP has a very bad memory leak. But it should hopefully speed up a little bit now. I'm getting a whole whopping 7 frames per second. It's glorious, it's beautiful. RO with this many mods is a frame rate disaster. Yeah, it's really not very nice. And one kind of shot that I want to get for this that I didn't manage to get before was maybe an inner shot of the interstage, although that looks really hideous. I should really have designed that better. Oh well. What we'll do, I think I'll get maybe something along the payload fairing like this. If we go for a pathing tool, and we'll go new path and get a new key, and we'll just kind of move this around a little bit, somewhere like there. There we go. If I hit apply, that should do us just fine. And I am going to physical time warp this, because I hope that with physical time warp, I've not got anything on this spacecraft like I did with the last payload that I launched that will flip and flap and wobble all over the place, because that was, to be honest, quite it's a bit amusing, but at the same time it looked rather bad, and I don't want my payload to be flying through things. Yes, it's not good. So Carnassa, what missions do you have active right now? Aside from the obvious lunar base, are any probes en route to other planets, and are any of your space stations currently crewed? So Solaris Station, which is the only station that I've set up in this series so far, is currently manned by 4 Kerbals. Manned by 4 Kerbals? That doesn't seem like the right way of saying it. It's currently curbed by 4 Kerbals. Yes, that doesn't sound any better, but I don't know. You know, it's got 4 Kerbals on board that space station. Another mission, I have 3 missions on their way to Mars, which will be in the next episode. At least the sending of them over to Mars will be in the next episode. What else do I have? I think that's pretty much it. Oh, no. On one of the very first live streams that I did for the next Millenia, I sent over a small probe to Saturn just because I had a Saturn transfer window coming up, and I thought, yeah, let's send something to Saturn. Hopefully it will be able to visit maybe one of Saturn's inner moons, maybe do a couple of flybys of those inner moons, but yeah, that's about it that I've got going on at the moment. Most of the stuff at the moment has been focused on going to the moon and building a permanent presence on there. A permanent presence on there even, and then after we do that, well, we will be looking to Mars to build a permanent presence, and maybe using in situ resource utilization to drill up fuel and be able to make it relatively easy to go between Mars and Earth, although it's still going to be really difficult, but maybe easier than it could be. We don't know, we'll see. Curbed by 4 Kerbals. Carnassa 2021. It is crewed by Kerbals. Yes, that is probably the better way of saying that. That is probably indeed the better way of saying that. But no, I had to go for curbed by 4 Kerbals. Permanent present on the moon. I mean, no, I didn't. I sent a Christmas tree to Europa. I landed I did land a present on the moon. I landed a pumpkin, a jack-o'-lantern on the moon a long time ago. For Halloween last year, it was like the first RO Shenanigans video that I did, and it was just landing a jack-o'-lantern on the moon. Oh, it sounds like Alice is being a little bit ill outside as well. Right, so I feel like that's probably enough of that like that. How much to burn time have we got left on this stage? Still 42 seconds, damn. This Ascent in Realism Overhaul, they do take their time, and what's to do except look at a screen of this just flying. Yeah, it takes a very long time to go up in Realism Overhaul. So, fun. I love my permanent presence on the moon. There will be a permanent present for everyone on the surface of the moon. Yes, there will be a present for everyone on the moon. Don't worry, you will get your turn. It will happen. What could I send to land on the moon that would look like a present? I could probably, I suppose it's not really the season because it's not Christmas anymore, but I could put like a Christmas box on the moon. I mean, like I said, I did do a jack-o'-lantern to the moon, so that was something quite a while ago. But, we're getting close to this step of the burn being done, I hope. 24 seconds remaining. I'm gonna just do, I'm gonna do this and try and physical time warp through a little bit of this. And now with 19, oh no, I'm moving at 1,000 move speed. I don't want that, that's way too quick. I'm gonna go for 10 move speed, and I'm gonna see if there is any way that I could potentially move and get a nice interstage shot, because interstage shots are beautiful. I would usually use whole cams for this, but for some reason, whole cams for me recently have not been going very well. Oh, that's the first stage. I don't want to be in the I don't want to be in the first stage. No, we want to go to stage numero dos or 2 or whatever it is. Yes, I can count. How long have we got left? We've got 6 seconds. This is the interstage. Can I get a nice shot from within here? What about 4 seconds remaining? I suppose maybe here? Maybe a bit further back? No, we're now in the fuel line. Maybe I'll see what this looks like, but this might look hideously bad. Come on, look good, look good. No, not really. We've just got the fuel line that is now completely separated from the engine. Yeah, that probably could have gone better. Although that's kind of beautiful, seeing the Earth coming away like that. I don't think that's gonna make it into the episode, though. Unfortunately not. Oh dear. Titan is questionable. What mods does Carnassa use? I don't have a mod list in the description of this video. I do have mod lists in the description of every The Next Millennia main series video that I do. There is also the download video. I've done an install video for the mods that I use for this series, basically. And yeah, so yeah, I don't have the mod list in the description of this video, but if you check out any of the other videos, any of the main like episodic content from this series, you will find a full mod list over there. Or you should do. Camera tools work on 1.11. This isn't 1.11, this is 1.10.1. A base? Oh god, no. I know Callisto has been done, but how would you, say, make a base there? Surely supply runs would take years. So could you even make a fully self-sufficient base on Callisto, let alone Titan? I mean, I don't know about self-sustainability. I know with Kerbalism, the only thing that is preventing me from making a completely self-sustainable base on the surface of the moon at the moment is going to be food. Food is going to be the only resource that I can't make on site. I can make water and oxygen through electrolysis of no. I can drill water and I can make oxygen through electrolysis of water. It's just food is the only problem because you can't make a way. There's no way of getting food in RO. which could be worse, but yeah, it's fine. So our payload fairings have now deployed. Please do not break anything. Please do not break anything. Please do not break anything. Please, please, please do not break anything. I think it's been successful. Oh my god, we've had a successful payload deployment. That is insane. That never happens. Oh. Oh, why am I so coffee today? I'm not very well today, apparently. Oh, yeah, no, I'm really... Oh, god damn it. Yeah. Not good, not great. Not going great, but there we go. We have deployed the payload. The payload fairings have been deployed, and we are going to probably just sit and look at this for a little bit. Like so, there we go. We'll have a nice camera view of this. Please break everything. Say hello to Brazil. Hello, Toby FPS, and hello to Brazil. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone that's still here in this live stream, despite me basically coughing my guts up for what feels like the past 20 minutes. I've not been going very well. Canassa Corona. Well, I really hope I don't have Corona due to the fact that I had my vaccine quite a while ago, and I thought that was supposed to prevent the COVID. But we'll see. Canassa, such a shame. The USI colonization doesn't really want to work with RO because it's really awesome mod for outposts. Yes, I'm using USI for coming home, and it's like, obviously the life support in that is far simpler than Kerbalism, in the fact that you've only got, what is it, supplies, I think, is the life support that you use in USI. But it is... What are you saying? You can't talk to your own cat? It's just I can hear you in the microphone. Anyway, yeah, what was I saying? I was saying, like, USI... Yeah, it's much simpler with supplies, but the kind of like all the extra things that USI adds in kind of like adds that challenge anyway, even though it's more simple than food, water, and oxygen. But I really like the way that they do it. What are we above right now? So yeah, we are on our way into a polar orbit yet again. This is going to be a drilling platform that hopefully we land on the surface of the moon. This should all work rather nicely. And yeah, we'll try and attempt to land this as close to the lunar surface outpost as possible and get this all set up, which will be rather nice. But yes, this is just Earth, and Earth is very big. Very, very, very big. Compared to, say, stock KSP, Earth is ginormous. I think it's 10 times the scale. I think, yeah, I'm fairly sure that the Earth is 10 times the size of Kerbin, which is pretty damn big. Why do I... Oh, no. Uh-oh. I forgot that this does something really, really bad. Oh, no, and I've got nowhere near enough Delta V for this. Oh, damn it! Why? Dump the water real quick. No, that wasn't supposed to have any water in it. I changed that. Oh, so... This is not good. This is really not good. Resource flow rate, just we'll whack that up to like 1 million a second. Dump the water, please. Please dump the water. Dump the oxygen. Dump the hydrogen. We don't need any of that at the moment. Oh, this is going to make this fail. Dump. And dump. Oh, that's not good. That's really not good. So basically, now the mass of this stage is a lot greater than it should have been, which means we're not going to be able to get this to... I don't think we're going to be able to get this to... Well, we will be able to get it to low Earth orbit. However, the issue that I'm going to have is it won't be able to get to the moon. Oh, that's a real pain. That's a real pain. Well, we can get to the moon, but we're not going to be able to circularize. Well, I don't think we've got enough Delta V to complete this mission. Oops. That's a bit of a bummer. That's a bummer. So Kanasa, I'm talking not just about resources, but more about production of them. I really love the modules of this mod. It is great, and with extra planetary launch pads thrown into that as well, the kind of like mining for material kits and specialized parts to build up your rockets in different areas. I think it's a really fun way of going about doing that. I really do enjoy that. Really enjoy that mod. So water is heavy, very. Water is very, very heavy. Revert, this is not your fault. So basically, for some reason, this water tank was not forbidden at the start, and this one was. So this one fills up, and I set this to be forbidden every time that I went into an edit for this. And it fills up with 10,000 units of water, which obviously is not ideal. It's really not ideal, because as Katniss did say, or Calvin McClure even, water is heavy. Water is very heavy. So, I mean, we're almost at orbit. We're really, really close to orbit. I'm going to see how much Delta V I have remaining. I've got 3,000. I don't know how much I've got in that final stage is the problem, because it's not showing up. I don't know why it's not showing up. Maybe if I control from the top, control from here, it's not changing my Delta V readout. That's a bit of a shame. I don't know why that's happened. That should be control. What? Why aren't I getting a Delta V readout? That's if I go for MechJeb Delta V stats, maybe I'll get a better idea. No, MechJeb also thinks I've only got 3,650 meters per second, even though this MMH and NTO is all turned on. I know these work. If I activate that engine, yeah, because look, we've got a full load of MMH. Oh, there we go, 5,540. So what do I need? I need 3,150 to get to the moon. Then I need 800 to circularize, or thereabouts. So that's going to be 3,950. That doesn't give me enough. I need about 2,000 to land. No, I don't have enough Delta V. I don't have enough Delta V. I need to revert this to launch and get rid of that water. That's a bummer. No, revert to launch. Sorry about that, but we are going to have to take this back with the magic of I don't know, some sort of weird sorcery and witchcraft. We're going to be able to go backwards in time, 13 minutes backwards in time, and we're going to do this again. We're going to make sure that those tanks aren't being filled up with water. Carnassa, aerobrake once you get to the moon. Of course, that dense lunar atmosphere is going to help me aerobrake as much as we possibly can. We're going to shed off loads of Delta V. I've never really used... I know, obviously, you can't aerobrake at the moon because there is no atmosphere. In real life, I think... I was talking about this on the last stream. There is a very, 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 very... like tenable, very, very small, thin atmosphere around the moon, but it's so thin, the atmosphere around the moon, that it's equivalent to being compared to a very good vacuum on Earth. But no, what was I saying? I've never really done aerobraking. I always kind of like to plan my burns and make sure that I have enough Delta V to do exactly what I want to do, because I find they're not barbaric. That's kind of like the word that came to my head. Like, they're so unplanned. So many things can go wrong. Like, the slightest of changes can really change your orbit and all of that. And I'm not very good at kind of figuring that out. So it's just something that I've never done. I'd much rather have the kind of fuel that I know that I have and use that to do everything successfully. Right, so yeah, look, our Delta V is going down very, very, very quickly because this tank is filling up from the start. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use camera focus changer. We are going to dump all of that water and we are going to forbid the tanks from filling up, because that is what's caused us to have a bit of a problem with this launch. So where am I looking? Where am I looking? There we go. Yep, that's now full up. And we need to forbid all of these tanks as well, which is going to take a while. I really apologize about this, but it has to be done. Otherwise, this launch is not going to go very well. I'm really losing my voice, and I feel like I constantly need to cough. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I've got a cold or something. I'm like 99.9% certain that I don't have COVID. But It's just because I've had the vaccine, and that should well, it doesn't completely prevent it, but it should mean that you really don't suffer badly from it. But yeah, no, I think I might be coming down with a cold, which is going to be fantastic because I'm just about to go on holiday for Easter holidays. Well, not on holiday, but I've got my Easter holidays from uni coming up, so that would be perfect timing if suddenly I got ill over this period of time. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. That would be really great. Right, so anyway, what I have done, I have forbidden all of those tanks, so now I can dump all of that rubbish, that water. We don't want any of that water. Or the hydrogen, really. We don't want hydrogen. We don't want oxygen. No, we don't want oxygen. Go, bye-bye oxygen. Wow, we make oxygen real quick. That's the liquefiers at work there, I believe. And we don't want water. The water can go. Where is the water? Wo ist the water? Yes. Mixture of German and English, because I can't really speak. Why are we filling up with water still? Dump that water. Where is the water coming from? I don't understand. Why are they filling up? What? Why? Where is it? I've forbidden everything inside this. What is going on? Oh, there we go. That might explain it. I didn't get that one. There we go. Now if I dump the oxygen, that should all hopefully go. If we have like a smidgen amount left, I'm not really going to be concerned about that. So, Canassa chooses all tanks from right stock resources tank. Oh, that would probably be a smart way of going about doing this. So, James Studios, Canassa, did you ditch the Raptor first stage? No, I did not, because this is the stage that I've designed and I like it and I want to use it. And I think it looks cool, and it's basically a super heavy booster. I am not going to be changing that first stage. I like the design, and it is what I'm sticking with. So you can do it easier. What I miss? Ethan GBB, you miss me dying and landing one module on the moon and failing to land something else on the moon because I've been a bit of a melon. Right, let's dump all of this, We're going to get Ascent guidance up, and what we're going to do is we are going to launch this real quick before any of this can have the chance to fill up. We're going to go for -90. We can launch from now because I checked that we were in roughly a decent inclination. Oh, we still need a bit of that second stage to launch this. Hang on. If barely gives us any more. I don't really want this to be an expendable booster. But it might have to be. Why were my Delta V calculations really that off that this wasn't going to make it? I honestly don't know. This shouldn't. I'm so confused because I'm fairly sure that I had more than enough Delta V to make this to the moon. With what stage is this? This is the drill stage. Yeah, this stage definitely had more than enough. I'm very, 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 very confused. Very confused. Oh well, I'm going to launch this, and if this doesn't, then I'm just going to scrap this plan and go back to the drawing board and cry a lot, basically. Right, so in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, we're going to fire this up. I want to get this on the road. We want to go to the moon today, not next week. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Why do I always miss these? Hello, Micro, and welcome to the stream. Canassa, double check. Double check what? What have I missed? What have I missed? I think I probably missed something really bad. So, Canassa, my Methalox, and why all the small engines? Because the Methalox, I use the Raptors because they have multiple ignitions. They are very, very deeply throttable. They've got a good sea-level thrust-to-weight ratio. They've got a good sea-level ISP, specific impulse, and they will be good for landing this first stage booster. Lots of small engines because I need a lot of them to get a very, very heavy payload up, and basically I went down the route of, well, Starship Booster does it, so I think like I'm going to go along the same route. This isn't as big as the Starship Booster. This only has 21 Raptor engines on its first stage rather than the 42 engines that the super heavy booster will be using, but it still causes my game to lag out quite considerably. And that's a bit of a shame. So use F1Bs or something, they're modern engines, but I don't want to have multiple Kerbal stage in there and then have just a backup of Methalox, I like the way this looks. Also, it looks really cool with all of these engines all going off at once. Obviously, whilst I'm doing this on a live stream, it doesn't look brilliant because it's all kind of laggy and stuttery and it doesn't look the greatest. But when I do this for a real video, it will look a lot better because I will be speeding this up to 4 times in post-processing, and it will look a lot smoother, and I'll do some wonderful cinematic editing magic and make everything look far, far, far better. Far, far, far better. Oh, it does look like our Delta V is kind of looking okay-ish. Did I forbid those tanks or not? No, I did not. So I need to forbid these. I do need to forbid these, otherwise we're not going to be landing this booster. And I think 173 meters per second borrowed from that Hydrolox upper stage might be okay, because then I'm fairly sure that we will have enough in this stage to land, because I think I overbuilt the lander by quite a long way. So this should be enough. This should be enough Delta V to get us to the moon. I'm hoping. If it hasn't, then I've really messed up, and that's my fault, and I'm going to take the financial hit from it, because that was really silly. Cinematic smiles. So Kanasa, imagine if SpaceX was like the Indian Space Agency, constantly copywriting all video material of their rockets, missions. Of course, they can't because SpaceX relies on publicity. Is the Indian Space Agency doing that? I know I've seen a lot of Matt Lown tweets. What is going on here? What? Why? Why payload fairing? The payload fairing wants to be free. It wants to break free from its bounds and leave early. What is going on? Why is this mission cursed? Why is the lunar base so cursed? Why are the payload fairings breaking, and why is everything just not going according to plan? No. And I think because I do have Ferrum Aerospace Research, basically, that's going to model that. I reckon that will model that, and yeah, model the drag on that, and that will be really bad. Oh, good golly gosh, what is going on? Why, what is going on? Things are not going according to plans. The angry alligator. It is the angry alligator. It's opening its jaws. The payload fairings are the giant jaws, and it is trying to open them. And I honestly, I don't get it. I don't get it. I've not deployed them. I've not done anything like that. No, they should remain shut. But no, they've decided we want to be free. They want to break free. And it's been very interesting. It's been very interesting. So F1A is better than the F1B, if I recall correctly. I think the F1A has more thrust. Doesn't the F1B have a slightly better specific impulse? I don't know. I've never used the F1B. I know the F1A provides more thrust, though. Like, quite considerably more thrust. So, Kanasa, physics warp and KSP memory leak. Okay. Yes, because I am doing two times physical warp for this now. And yeah, I've been playing KSP for, well, I've had the game open for over 3 hours now. So the memory leak, it's real. It's real. It's probably getting bad. It's probably rearing its ugly head and saying, why have you not shut me down? Why are you keeping me open? Why will you not let me relax? And my computer is probably also crying at the same time, saying like, can we just kill this program, please? And I'm here saying, no, we're going to be launching a drill to the moon. We're going to be launching a drilling platform for the lunar South Pole outpost to the moon. And it's going to go fabulously, except it's not going to go fabulously because, well, we've seen what's been going on camera. It's not been great. It's all around not being great. That would be too much mass, like Merlins or something. Wait, add some small. So I don't want to use Merlins because, well, one Raptor for this booster. What can it do? It can hover. It's not got enough. It can throttle down to a point where it can actually hover, which is pretty interesting. So the thrust to weight ratio. The thrust to weight ratio on the first stage with one single Raptor is still pretty. It's pretty poor, and Raptor's obviously a lot big. I am so not caught on this series. So basically, I don't know. What we're doing at the moment is we are sending a lunar. Well, we're trying to set up a lunar South Pole outpost. We've got a mission patch for it. Lunar polar outpost. Look at that. There we go. If we go get rid of that screen, and what might make it a bit nicer to look at is if I get up camera tools, we'll do a new path. We'll go for a new key. And why have we moved? We've moved apparently. If we go out here, and then that way it will be. There we go. There we go. Look, it's got a nice mission patch for this and everything. It looks great. It looks great. Yeah, what else have I done in this series so far? For anyone on the stream that isn't caught up with the series, what have I done? I've landed a rover on the moon. I've put up a space station. I've set up a geostationary network. I've sent a probe to Venus. Sent a probe to Saturn. When you put it like that, it doesn't really sound like an awful lot. Oh, there go the payload fairings. And they were they were successfully, God, my voice really is going today. They were successfully deployed last time. They were successfully deployed this time as well. Yes, it is a complete success. Well, at least the fairings don't break anymore. That's a positive. There we go. Let's get rid of that. So we are currently moving at 2 times physical time warp. Reckons. That's good. That's good. Yeah. No, we've got enough delta V. We have enough delta V. Thank you. We're only going to use 431 from the next stage, 431 meters per second, which means we're going to have 3,994 according to this, which means we are going to have more than the 3,950 that we need to circularize in a low lunar orbit. And then we can do some transposition and docking with this, and then land it on the surface of the moon. Yes, I knew my calculations were correct. I am not being really silly. I have figured it out correctly, although I've just noticed something really... Oh, no. Oh, I do. I thought I hadn't put any RCS on this stage, which would have meant that we wouldn't have been able to maneuver this. God, I'm getting excited, and my words are difficult, you know. Words are really difficult. English, it's hard. It's difficult to get all of your words out at the same time, especially when you do like my kind of presentation style for these kind of videos, these kind of live streams. Very quick and very fast with what I say. I try to talk all the time. And yeah, I find that I tend to stumble over words occasionally when I do stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's fine. We've got RCS. We're going to get to orbit. We're going to have more than enough delta V to get us to the moon, which is going to be fantastic. And we should have enough delta V to land. I did it. I was correct. Like I said, my calculations were correct, and we will be able to do this completely. So, Canassa, when are you going to probe Uranus? Hey, that was a double entendre, wasn't it? I mean, I had an episode in Kerbal Gets Real called Probing Uranus, where I sent a probe to Uranus that did eventually arrive. But yeah, maybe not for a while. I do want to send missions out to the outer planets eventually at some point. I feel like that would be a nice idea. That's definitely something I do want to do at some point during the series. Because yeah, it's cool to go to the outer planets. So, Kanasha, crush, unknown error has occurred. Check KSP text log for more information. Wait, what? What error? There was an error. There was an error. Maybe. Have mercy, KSP, have mercy. Yes, a 3-hour session is absolutely fine, totally fine. We can get away with 3-hour sessions on KSP with no ramifications in the slightest. We're going to get rid of time warp as this stage separates. I, once again, probably should have been thinking about the cool, nice cinematics that I want to do for this and the actual episode that I'm going to release, but no, I forgot to do that because as has been stated numerous times, I am a bit of a fool, I'm a bit of a melon, a lemon, a tangerine, if you will, never a strawberry, maybe sometimes a mint leaf. Okay, so we just need to burn this now for 44 seconds and we will be in a polar orbit. And this, as far as I'm aware, does have a decent amount of MLI to prevent any boil-off. We do have, on this stage, we have some radiators, so that should be okay. Yeah, we should be good. Should be good. I think, anyway. I'm fairly sure we will be. Got the liquefiers. We can turn those off. Don't want any of those running. That's going to just waste electric power. We want to turn basically everything off of this. Because at the moment, all we need running is the avionics, and I don't want to run out of electricity, because that would be a real shame. And that could potentially happen. So we want to turn off that, because we only want these processes all working when we are on the surface of the moon. And that'll be turned off at the moment, but any minute now, and oh, there we go. Ah, would you look at that? We made our way to orbit. So now that we've done that, obviously, this mission, well, this booster was planned. It was designed to be reusable. So what we're going to do is we are going to attempt to land the first stage, and I think that should be that. Now, I did use up a bit of the fuel that I would use for this. For the landing burn, hopefully I didn't use up too much and we won't be able to land this. This is going to be very interesting. Do you think you could do a Dragonfly style mission to Titan? What is the Dragonfly mission? I don't think I've heard of that. I might have to look that up. So Canassa, that was a joke about memory leak. Okay. Oh dear. The memory leak is real though. The memory leak is real and it's getting painful. I think what I might do is I might finish up this mission and probably call that stream for tonight. I don't know how long that's going to take though, so I might be going on for another hour and 20 minutes. It's all dependent on how long it takes me to get all of this done. Yes, no, wrong stage. That wasn't the wrong stage, was it? Yeah, no, that was the right stage. I clicked the top one. I'm fairly sure I clicked the top one. The top one is the one that I want to go for, because the bottom one is the second stage that will eventually burn up in the atmosphere, probably smash down somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean, probably close to the South Pole, actually. So Dragonfly is a planned mission to send a quadcopter to Titan. Yeah, I'm saying that right, aren't I? Quadcopter. So we are going to breach the Kármán line again, probably. We can remove FMRS for now. We're going to turn on our brakes. We are going to point ourselves retrograde, kill off all of the engines except for the one central one, and wait and hope that we have enough fuel in this, enough methalox left to land this thing. How much? Oh, we really only got 636 meters per second of delta V remaining. Well, that's not gonna work. How have we only got that? Oh, we've got a load of... Oh. Damn it. Okay, I know a fix. I know a fix. It's because we've got a load of liquid oxygen in this stage. Right, so liquid oxygen. If we grab the liquid oxygen from here... Yeah, and just dump that. Bye-bye. There we go, 1,424 meters per second of delta V. Fantastic. Yes, we have fuel vents all over this, so we can just dump fuel as and when we please. Right, so I need to get rid of this. I need to make sure, yeah, we've gone past the Kármán line now. And what we're going to do is we're going to physical time warp this and try and land this successfully. Obviously, the last time I attempted to land one of these, didn't go very well. It did not go very well. We lost one of the landing legs, which had never happened before. And we also... yeah, blew up on descent because the engine failed to ignite, causing me to crash at a rather quick speed, which was less than ideal. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Fuel, be settled. Fuel, be settled. Why are you not settled yet? There we go. We're starting to settle. There we go. We can fire up the engine now, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to fire it up once here. Maybe get to a point of about... I'm not sure. Maybe I want to go leave about 1,000 meters per second of delta V in this. So we'll slow ourselves down by 300 seconds. Then when we start really experiencing atmospheric effects, we'll begin to slow ourselves down again. Yes. I'm not sure how many ignitions the Raptor engines have, though. I thought they only had 5. So we've done one to launch. Then this is the second one. Then we're going to go for a third one to slow ourselves down again when we start really feeling the re-entry effects. Then, there we go, I'll cut the engines now. And then we'll do a final one for our landing burn. So, braking burn. Don't want to burn your landing leg this time. Yes, Kanasa, what is that dumping stuff mod? That is Ship Manifest, and it's a very good mod. It's a really good way of dumping fuel, transferring fuel between stages. You can also transfer science with it, I believe, as well as crew. There's a lot of different uses for it, and it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. So we should now be following the surface vector, hopefully. And yeah, we are going 2,700 meters per second, very quickly. And I think maybe once we start seeing this decrease, Why are we not losing speed? I'm usually losing speed by this point. There we go. Now we're losing speed. And I think what I want to do is I want to keep this at normal time warp because I really need to fine tune this descent. There we go. Right. I'm going to fire up the engine. I'm going to wait until we've got about 500 meters per second left. And hopefully this should mean that we don't burn up because we're using the atmosphere to slow ourselves down as well as the Raptor engine that we have on the first stage. And hopefully those two combined mean we won't burn up to a crisp and lose a landing leg like we did last time. Because that would be really nice. That would be really, really nice. Also, another thing that might be nice is if we don't have an ignition failure when we come down. 700 meters per second of delta V left in this. We are really starting to slow down and it looks like we have passed through the atmosphere successfully. That has been much better than before. And I think I'm going to burn down until... maybe we'll save. Yeah, we'll kill the engine there because we should really start slowing down with the atmosphere now. And yeah, everything was nominal this time. It was good. It was good. Raptor still has a ton of moving parts though. So what's the... Wait, hang on. Hello? Shouldn't the Raptor engine have unlimited ignition since it uses electric torque igniters like the SSMEs? I don't actually know. I don't know. It doesn't use TATB like the Merlins do. I know that much, and we don't have any kind of fuel. Maybe it does have unlimited ignitions. I'm fairly sure. Why is that still only 2%? I'm fairly sure when you look at it, look at the part in the vehicle assembly building though, it has an ignition number. It has a certain amount of ignitions that you can use, but I can't remember exactly what they are. I can't remember how many you have, and yeah, but that failure rate is not looking good, I suppose. It's probably better than what we're getting in real life, considering the amount of failures we've had on Raptors over, what, the SN9, SN10, SN8. There's been quite a few failures. It's a very unreliable engine at the moment, but then it is in its testing phase. It's a very new engine, so here we go. We're coming down at about 180 meters per second. We are 8,000 meters above the ground. Probably when I get to maybe, I don't know, 4,000 meters, I'm going to attempt to fire up the engine and see if we can begin slowing ourselves down for our final descent. I think that'll be a kind of good kind of area to do that. Let's deploy the landing gear. So I know I've got that up as sea level, as atmospheric level, sea level even, but I'm looking up here, so that's 4,000. I'm going to start up the Raptor engine now. There we go. Oh, that might have been a little bit too premature. Maybe. Although, no, we're coming down quite slowly now. Yeah, our speed really isn't dropping off an awful lot. We've used about a third of our remaining fuel. We are coming down 80 meters per second, 1,500. Oh, this looks like it could be good. I think this might be okay. 66 seconds. We are now at 1,000 meters above the ground. We've got half of our remaining fuel, or thereabouts. 190 meters per second left. Here we come. We are gonna start really firing up that single Raptor engine because we are coming down quite quickly now. 40 meters per second, 30. We've got 80 meters per second of fuel remaining. We're gonna run out of fuel. I think we're gonna run out of fuel. We're gonna run out of fuel mere meters above the ground. There we go. Uh-oh. No! And it bounced, and we lost all of our engines. Fantastic. Well, we managed to keep the booster. Oh dear. Yeah. I burnt a bit too much of our remaining fuel because I kept that unlocked for the start of the launch. Oh well. We managed to, yeah. The recovery of these boosters is not going very well. Really not going very well. Ah, well. Getting better. Well, no, actually, I'm getting worse because the first two recoveries that I did for these boosters, I managed to recover successfully. So I'm going downwards. I'm not getting better. It's getting worse each time that I'm doing this. Okay, so we're going to jump back to the main mission and we're going to have a look and see what we can do to get over to the moon. These grid things are really strong. They are indeed very strong. They are very capable. They're very powerful. They are able to, with endure, even that's the word I was looking for. They were able to endure some serious deceleration. I should probably put more fuel in the bottom of this stage, and maybe even make this stage even bigger. Maybe have more Raptor engines. I know James Studios really wouldn't like that. The rest were tank fuel system problems, I think. So, been off for a bit. What part has just been sent up? The part that I just sent up, what was it? It was a drilling platform, and I just yet again failed to recover the first stage booster for it. It's not going very well. So, Kanasa, are you going to go onto the Space Engineers server again? And if so, when? I don't know. The Space Engineers server's been really buggy at the moment. I think with all of the constant updates for Space Engineers recently, the server provider that I went for, it's been offline more than it's been online, and I keep checking it, and I keep updating it, and I keep trying to go well, I keep trying to fix it, but it's really not working particularly well. And I've been talking to, well, I spoke to Captain Jack about it, and he said basically, and someone on his Discord as well said basically, go and rent your own, like make your own rather than rent from an external provider. So I think once I have finished my payment for this month, I am maybe going to have a look at doing that, because that'd be something that would be much, much, much better. Because at the moment I'm having loads of issues with it, and it's really not going very well. So, MechJeb Autoland sucks in RO. Thank you for respecting me, Carnagles. No worries. You say, like, get rid of those Raptor engines. I'm like, no, I'm going to add even more. Even more. I'm going to add so many Raptor engines. There's going to be Raptor engines sticking out sideways. No, I honestly, no, I'm not going to go for something like that, but I thought it was quite funny. So, anyway, we need to make our way over to the moon, and I'm fairly sure, as I mentioned when I first tried to launch this, I have launched this a little bit too late, so we are going to have to maybe wait around in a parking orbit for maybe a couple of days or thereabouts. We'll have a look, but I do have a lot of multi-layer insulation on the tank for this, so it really shouldn't particularly matter that we are going to have to wait around in low Earth orbit. We shouldn't really be suffering any kind of dramatic boil-off from the hydrolock stage that I do have for this TLI burn. But we'll see how close that is going to be. Oh, look, we're still getting an encounter from this point, but it's not going to be as nice, I don't think. I mean, it still 2.5 million meters away. That's not that bad. That's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. So we can do this. Yeah, we can do this burn from now. We can do this burn from the next orbit that we go for. That'll be fine. If I want to get this to about 60,000 meters, and that should be, oh, there we go. No, we are going the wrong way. Don't want to be going the wrong way. And if I bring this down, come on, 60,000 meters. That's all I ask for. All I ask for. That's the kind of zone that I want to go for. 105,000. Come on. Oh, that's a bit aggressive. Come on. Where are you? Get you. Let's get that 60,000. All important 60,000. 200. I should really use Maneuver Node Editor to do this. Maneuver Node Editor is much, much, much better at doing these fine tunes than me. Although I can just use the mouse wheel, but this might take this might take a while. So I swear there is like some math you can do to work out a suicide burn so you could save fuel when landing your boosters. There are definitely mathematical ways of going about doing it. That's obviously what they use in real life to time it to perfection. There's a reason why like every Falcon 9 landing pretty much these days is spot on. Why is this going back? But I am no mathematician, and I am no good at using KOS. I do eventually want to use that, but that might have to be in the summer when I start using that. Like I've said, I've got a lot of revision that I still need to do over Easter. There we go, 58,000 meters. Yeah, I've got a lot of revision that I need to do over Easter for my exams in kind of like May, June. So I don't need to be learning an entire new thing on top of that as well, considering a lot of my exams are going to be they are going to be on different operating systems and different kind of like coding languages and stuff. I can't really think of, it's what, like 11? No, it's about 11 here now. So it's been a while. It's getting quite late here. Right, so FMRS, we can get rid of you. Plugging will be reset. Yes, that is absolutely fine. We do not need you anymore. What we're going to do is in 44 minutes, we are going to send this to the moon. Yes, we're going to go moonbound, and hopefully everything goes according to plan. So let's do a little bit of a time warp around here, around the Earth, and get ourselves moonbound. I think what I might do once we've done our trans-lunar injection, rather than following this to the moon, I'm going to go see if the lunar outpost tortoise tank has made its way over to the rest of the base, and I'll see if we can maybe have a look at putting some of those base modules together. I think that might be a cool idea. So 1 minute and 15 seconds, 20 seconds, and we should be on our way. There we go. Let's turn this off. We'll point to the node, turn the RCS on, and we'll get ready to make this burn. So Kanasa, thank you for the stream. It's 2 a.m. in Moscow, and I have to sleep. Gonna listen only. Thank you. No worries, Sumamoto TV. Thank you for sticking around for pretty much the entirety of this stream. And yes, no, enjoy your night and have a good evening. So, but what mod are the drills on the moon? The drills that I am using, I believe they are from Kerbalism. I believe Kerbalism adds ISRU to Realism Overhaul. I think. I'm fairly sure. I'm fairly sure it's Kerbalism. That is the mod that adds these drills. So. Oh, is N9 live already? I thought N9 usually goes live at like midnight my time. So he's live early. So I think actually I want to go check out N9 stream as well, because I usually watch N9 stream on a Thursday. I think what I will do is probably call that stream there, actually. It is 11 p.m. So that's probably a good time for me to stop the stream. I have been streaming for 3 hours. Thank you everyone for coming by to this stream though. It's definitely been interesting. There's been a lot more failure than anything else. Yeah, there's been a lot of failure. An awful lot of failure. And also a lot of tears, upset, an awful lot of coughing as well. I've not been particularly well in myself, but it's been good. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Cadnes, Calvin McClaw. Thank you, Alistair, for being here. What a weird stream. Yes, what a weird stream. Thank you, Micro, Kian Narian, even. There's been a lot of new people, and a lot of new faces in the stream as well. But no, it's been thoroughly enjoyable. Or has it? It's been good. Thank you, everyone, for coming along. I have been Kanasa, and I will see you all later.